Okay, good. And we are live here, and we're going to play some Coriolis. This is the 8 that remain, and essentially we're picking up where most of this crew, anyways, had just finished a mission to recover a statuette of one of the icons, the dancer. And the gentleman who had this icon statue had was suffering from major radiation sickness and such when you found him, and you did get the statue and you did give it to the guy who hired you, who actually came through on his promise and gave you a really good deal on a ship, a scarab ship. So instead of costing 1 million Birr, it was only 750,000, which is a really good deal. However, he did kind of try to get you in the end and send his thugs on you, and you guys kind of took care of that, no problem. I guess you headed off to your ship, which you now have. The only problem is you're lacking 2 things: a pilot and any kind of work to now pay this massive loan that you have. So we're kind of maybe we'll say we'll roll forward a couple of days where you've actually been out searching for some new people to come with you on this next expedition. Essentially, there's in the Terenganu Valley, which is actually where that statuette was found. You actually had a tag or a little USB stick kind of thing that gave you coordinates of where possibly there might be more of these statues. It's in this valley, and you actually have been hired for a really minor job that barely pays anything, just to deliver down to their excavation site some supplies. So you then had to scurry around and find a pilot and hire her. And I guess you picked up a couple of your friends who weren't around last time, and you're going to kind of do this mission. So maybe we'll go through and we'll introduce our characters a little bit, and then we'll just get going, and we'll kind of go with the flow here. So I'll start with my left, which would be Bill's character. So Bill, tell us a little bit about your character.
All right. Well, character's name is Hera. She's a preacher and prophet. She's seen the power of darkness, and I guess I'll be throwing a fanatical fit when I see the signs appear. Her primary icon is the merchant. She wears black preacher's gowns and has unruly hair. That's about what I know about her.
Oh, nice. So we got a little bit of a fanatical prophet. How about Monkey? You are muted. Or not there.
I'm sorry. Were you asking for me?
No, Mikey.
Oh, sorry. I did.
You were ignoring me.
I'm sorry. The sounded so weird. Okay, sorry. I'm playing Amira. She's a poet. She is the most prettiest being in a 10 miles radius, of course, if not more. For example, my appearance says flawless makeup, so you know. What else is mentionable? I think that's her prime requisite, right?
Yeah, you're pretty much well-to-do and very much can be, anyways, in social situations, the face of the party, because you're very, very attractive.
Yeah.
You were, anyways, and you also have biosculpt as well. So you're
right.
You're actually quite stunning. So you're oftentimes talking, negotiating.
Exactly, and my icon is the gambler, of course.
Nice. And Crystal, who are you playing?
I'm playing Jakob. They're an analysis. They're a really good judge of character. They can instantly tell if someone is telling a lie, or can at least spot, can tell if someone is telling a lie or telling the truth. They're also quite just outgoing, thrill-seeking kind of personality. Kind of into parkour and all that.
Nice.
I'm not really sure what to say.
We're going to develop the characters as we go, I guess. That's how we did it, right?
Yeah, I say they because they're gender neutral. They don't have a gender. They accept any pronouns. So, and just their personality and stuff is very neutral and hard to tell. It's boy, girl, and they will respond to any. He will respond to any, and she doesn't care.
Okay, good. I like that. And so that is Jacob, or I think you also had a female name that you were going to use too, right? If you wanted.
Have what?
So do you prefer that because you were going to remember? Do you want to go by Jacob or Jacob?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that's cool. And Tony.
I'll be playing Yara, a female fugitive mystic and maybe somewhat of a pilot. You'll see her as she approaches with her headband and her scarves are all pulled very tightly around her face and hiding only the bridge part of her upper nose, and her eyes is all you can see. You cannot tell if she has short hair, long hair, and cannot tell by her body size or shape either. She's wearing very heavy clothing that is covered up by a very heavy leather jacket. It has pockets all along the front, down the sides of it. As she approaches, and she stays very quiet, very calm as she sits there and eyes the scenery. And then you can tell that she's biting her lip as she's standing there looking. And my icon is the Traveler.
Nice.
I forgot to say that my icon was the Judge, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Judge. Marcus.
Yes, I'm playing Rodwa, the negotiator / agitator, just depending on the situation and the mood, and also how much Combra that I've taken, which is a drug that induces a state of euphoria, which adds to my charisma, which I believe had gotten me into some interesting predicaments last time, if I remember correctly.
There's a lot of drug use in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, aside from what he looks like, he's kind of tall and thin, dark skin. He wears a white kaftan, which is I think it's like a robe, basically. It's gold embroidery. It's hooded, and typically has a grave look on his face, kind of serious looking. But yeah, and his talent is the traveler's talent, so I guess that's his icon. So
yeah, you're also a traveler. Cool. So, you know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to do this on the fly because that's just how I do it. So now that you have a ship, you guys have to have a group talent. So I'm just going to give it to you. So basically, we'll just say we'll say that you've hired on Yara to be your pilot for this kind of relatively small mission that's barely going to pay your docking fees. But it would seem that you would probably be in a good place to check out the rest of the scenery to see if you can find one of these icon, because as you know, with this particular first one you got, it roughly was worth about 250,000 Birr, because it's that's basically the equivalent of what they gave you. So okay, so you're going to be explorers. So, your talent I'll find your talent in a second. We'll just start going. But you will have a group talent, which I'll find, and I'll let you know. You can use your group talent once per play. It's usually a pretty cool thing. So we'll involve that. So we'll say that you're on the Coriolis space station in the docking bay where your ship is. You have a Scarab ship. For those who came late, I posted it again, I guess. I'm going to post in the chat a Dropbox link. There in that link is a document that has the information on your ship, so you guys can see what it looks like. and also a few other things, a map of the terrain and that type of thing, so you guys can kind of know what's going on, I guess. Is there anything that you think that you would want to know or do before you leave the space station? You're essentially going to head down to the valley. If you look at the map, or I'll try to bring it up so players, so people that are watching can see it. You're going to head down to the valley to the excavation site and drop off like several crates of food and supplies. And then, theoretically, you're just going to go right back home. But as I said, you have, let me see if I can, I'm going to try to show you guys the map so we can see what you want to do. Let's see if I can get stuff crashing my computer. All right. Screen share. Application window. Share. All right. Do you see a map?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So when you leave and you start to fly down, you kind of do a little reconnaissance of the valley before you get there. This is kind of what you see. Now, these are the things that you know. Over here, you can see my mouse, right? I'm like circling something.
Yes.
Okay. So over here is the excavation site that you need to go to drop off the supplies. You can probably land there as soon as there's enough room. There's also over here a small plateau. You see it, right? That would also enable you to land if you want. Up here is a village of the Sochi, which are like the locals that live on this planet. They're kind of like natives, if you will, like more like spears and bows. They're kind of like low tech, if you will. Over here, though, this plateau is where you believe is the location of the possible archaeological dig that found that statue. So
there is supposed to be the rest of.
You're thinking that. I mean, remember the guy was kind of a madman. He did say there was more stuff in there, but he was kind of a little bit vague. Over here, just so you know what these things are, so it's hard to read it. Over here are some towers that are kind of completely unexplored, because this is a relatively people don't. This world is very, very old before the more modern Xanathians came. So there's like a lot of kind of unexplored areas. The locals stay away from this. It's like considered haunted. Over here, you actually notice there's a crashed spaceship in the marsh, and down here it's a logging, like a logging camp, if you will. So you probably could land on here, although you're not. It might be unclear how you get down off it because it's pretty tall. You definitely could land here, and again, you'd have to figure out how to get up and down. You could land in the village as well, I suppose. You could land here. And you could probably also land on the shore if you want. Those are probably the most obvious places that you see. If you want to land at the excavation site or on this plateau or this one, you can just do it. If you want to land somewhere riskier, like on the beach, or near the marsh, then you'll have to make some kind of piloting roll. So I don't know if you want to just go directly and drop off your supplies first, or if you want to explore a little bit first.
I would like, before we actually start, to finally buy a decent weapon, because after our incident at the bridge, the actual bridge, not a spaceship bridge, that was a bit shitty for her. So,
right, because you'll get like a knife or something. Well, I think you guys picked up some Vulcan, what do they call it? You had the little pistols.
Yeah, but there was something about it what I didn't like. Like, was there limited ammo in it or something? Something was shitty, I think.
Okay.
Or something I didn't.
What kind of weapon would you like?
I don't know, something. Are there laser pistols or whatever? Something like that? No? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Not you want a missile weapon like a gun? Sure.
Yeah, something
Let
like
me
that.
see. Let's see. Oh no, because didn't you had a grape gun, right?
Did
What
I?
weapon do you have?
Accelerator.
Okay, that's what it is. I think
pistol.
they had grape guns, and grape guns only have a single shot. Maybe that's what it was. That's what you didn't like about it.
Yeah, something like that. And
Okay.
this gun wasn't particularly good either, I think.
Okay. Well, a Vulcan cricket, which is basically like a small pistol, gives you a +1 to your attack and does 2 points of damage, which is pretty good. If you want something bigger, there's a let's see, Vulcan pistol. It does more damage, but it doesn't give you any modifiers.
Okay, so what I've got is actually decent.
Yeah, I think so. What do you have?
Accelerator pistol, and that's actually +1 bonus and +2 damage and crit 1.
Yeah, that is pretty good.
Okay.
I can't remember why you didn't like it. I mean, you could get something that does automatic fire or something if you want to be like a.
Oh no. Okay, then I'll.
Yeah, well, you can.
I was of the impression that yeah.
You
Okay.
just weren't very good at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that no, but I'm saying I don't think you're very good at fighting. Like you're not a fighter, so that's probably why I can see.
But I can't talk the people to death.
I
That's the
understand.
problem.
Oh, you know what it is? That weapon is really quiet. That's the reason why you have it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But hold on. What you could do a. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. Like a cricket. I can't even see that weapon. Accelerator carbine. Accelerator pistol. Oh, pistols. Here we go. Oh, accelerator pistol. +1. Oh no, it is 0, 2, 1. No, it's a pretty decent weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I will make it work.
Yeah, I think it's actually one of the better guns.
Okay. Sorry.
Boy, look at you, fancy pants. Does anybody else want a different weapon?
I got the Vulcan cricket. I think that one was pretty good. I think if anything, maybe some more Combra. I don't know if that's hard to come by.
No, you can have combo.
Okay.
Yeah, you would need to. You could buy the combo. I think it was like 50 or something.
Yeah, I'll just buy a single dose just in case.
Okay. Does anybody else want any drugs or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
I
Yeah,
still
the
got
most
one.
common. What's that?
Yeah. I'm not sure if I already have some or not, but Arash is something my character likes to smoke.
Okay. Well, there's Arash.
Yes.
Arash is kind of like pot, basically. That's the most common drug. So if you want that, that's not so expensive. You could do that for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And you guys probably have like a hookah and stuff inside your well, you can just roll it, I suppose, if you want to be hardcore. Yeah, it's 25. So if you want a dose of that.
25 beer.
25 beer, yeah, for a dose. Or whatever, like a packet of it. And what was the drugs that you wanted?
I'll go ahead and get 2.
Okay. And you wanted Opar, right? Opar is 50. Cool. Anybody else want any drugs? I'm like selling drugs.
good.
Okay.
Oh wait, I already have 6. I already have 6 doses worth of RS. So I don't need any.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the other drugs that you could get would be tobacco, which is a stimulant. Let's see. If you want to be stimulated, or there's OPA, which is what your friend likes. There, it's a stronger drug.
I just think I'll stick with the RS.
Okay, cool. All right. So you guys are going to head down. So did you want to just drop off your load, or do you want to kind of look around first?
I have not a character question before we decide.
Sure.
I was reading that like the communicators.
Yep.
They're usually like the size of a wristwatch.
Yep.
And the more expensive ones were at least on clothes and stuff. But I'm just wondering if I could have a standard one that would just be like, the way I imagine it would be like if you've ever seen Dragon Ball Z, like the scouters that the soldiers wear.
No.
Like
I have no idea
in like
what that is.
Let's see.
What do you want it to look like?
I'll get a picture of it and put it in chat.
Okay. I mean, do you want it to have a longer range, or you just want it to have a different look?
Oh no, it just looks different. It's just like it goes over like one eye.
Oh.
I'm sure like many people hearing this would go, oh, I know exactly what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll just
you
put it
could,
in
if
a
there's.
picture of one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. I mean, it's just a communicator, basically. Everybody has a communicator, so you can talk. The smaller communicators that you have, the personal ones, are usually good planet-wide. So within several miles on a planet. So you shouldn't have any problem using the communicators. You can't like talk into space with them now. You'd have to buy a bigger one if you wanted that.
Yeah.
And obviously the ship has them.
Just like I just want mine to like look different.
Oh yeah, sure. It can look any way you want.
Since it records and stuff, that way I'll be able to see what I'm recording.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll be able to record video. I don't think.
Right.
There's a different thing that does that.
Oh, I thought
Hold on.
that's the thing I'm talking about. The thing that records video.
Oh.
Hold on. What's the thing that records video? Communicator. Yeah, communicator. It saves down in video. It can also be used to take pictures and record shorter film segments, and sometimes it's called a comm link. Yeah. I mean, unless I'm reading something wrong.
I don't see the way that it records video.
Reading it on this paper, it says communicator. A communicator can send and receive video, sound and video. It can also be used to take pictures and record shorter film segments, sometimes called a comm link.
I don't know. You may have a different one than other people have then, because nobody else. I don't know where that's coming from. So I'm looking at.
Yeah, it says the same thing on my sheet too, Daniel. Just for information.
It does. It just under a regular communicator, personal.
Well, it says communicator, and then under personal, it says communicator for short distances, about 10 kilometers, can be linked via other communicators for longer reach. The standard personal comm is no bigger than a wristwatch, but some models are sewn into pieces of clothing or mounted in jewelry, other gear. This type of mini comm costs twice as much, but has the same capabilities, is what it says.
Yeah. Where does it say it records video? Am I missing that?
On the very top, it says a communicator can send and receive sound and video.
Oh,
at
the very top.
Yeah.
On my sheet.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, I was only reading the personal part. You are 100% correct. It can do that. Yes.
Okay. Well,
sorry.
I
was looking at the wrong part. I was very confused by that. No, I got you. We're good.
a picture of what I want it to look like in the chat.
Yeah, it can be on your right if you want. Oh, sure. Yes. It's like a little.
Yes.
Okay. Other questions? Sorry. No. Okay. So we're heading towards the planet. The planet is Kua, which is basically the Coriolis space station is kind of floating in orbit around this planet. This is a jungle planet primarily, and all the major inhabitants are around the equator. There is a giant obelisk that's kind of is from like ancient times. That about 60 years ago, when the space station came, the Coriolis space station came, they occupied it. Until then, there was really nothing in there. Nobody really knows where it came from. It's like hundreds of stories high, but you're not going anywhere near that. You're basically heading to this Terenganu Valley where there's excavations going on because essentially there's all kinds of archaeological excavation going on all over the planet because they're looking for what's called porter builder technology, which is kind of science that was beyond what anything you guys know, and is very old, basically. So that's what they're looking for in the ground. So let's see. So did you want to explore any? Actually, I think my head over. See it. Did you want to explore any of the valley, or how do you want to handle your approach? Or you're actually meeting with, just so you know, at the excavation site. You're supposed to meet with the leader there, who is Ahana Adal Prana. Donna Adal Prana. There.
I would say let's first do what we need to do, and then we have time to explore, because we should make sure that we can pay our docking fee here. That's the most important thing right now. And we complete our job. We don't want a bad reputation.
Okay. So everybody's
sounds good. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the only reason why you might be in a rush to go anywhere else is if anybody else, because remember, they stole that. You were attacked, so there's a chance that maybe somebody else knows this is down here, but that's probably a good sense for long term to not want to, ruin the contract that you have. So you're going to head down to the excavation site. And as you're flying over it, you can basically see that there's a general area where you could probably land no problem. Off to the side, there's lots of kind of little foundations they've built around the areas that they're clearing out. They're like little stone walls, if you will, with like people inside, like digging and with little brushes and doing that kind of stuff. And there's tarps all around nearby. You do know that it often there's often torrential rains because it's basically a jungle. And you're kind of flying over the site, and you're able to pretty much land no problem. And when you do, this woman approaches you. She has two other women with her, and you land the ship, obviously. And she walks up to the ship and is standing there waiting for you to kind of come off. I guess greet her.
Well, I suppose we should go talk to her.
You're the negotiator, right?
Yes, I figured you would say that. So I would, make some strides to go negotiate with this woman.
Okay, yeah. So your ship basically has a little, door or whatever you can come out of, and she was standing out there. And when you do, she greets you. She's in like work clothes, like overall type, kind of clothes, covered kind of in very dusty, hair pulled back, kind of scarf around the face because it's very much sticking into the dust. And she has two other women with her, and she says to you, finally, we've been waiting for these supplies forever. I don't know why it's so hard to find a merchant to bring stuff down here. Welcome.
Yes, my name is Rodwa, and I'll extend my hand to shake. I don't know if that's customary.
That's fine. She comes forward and shakes your hand. She says, I am Hana, and these are my assistants, Farah and Kemal.
And I'll nod to both of them and turn back to this woman.
She says, sorry to be so abrupt. We've just been waiting forever. We're almost out of food. I was getting worried. Apparently nobody seems to want to come down to Planetside in the last month or so. It's strange.
Do you have any clues or any reasons as to why people wouldn't want to come down?
I'm not sure. There was a lot of excavations going on in the area, which is how we got down here, and then all of a sudden, not so much. I think that the locals have lots of superstitions, and I think that scared off some people. But it's very surprising that they can't even get somebody to come down and give us some supplies.
That is surprising indeed. Well, your supplies are waiting on board if you would like to take them.
Cool. All right. So she turns towards Camille, who walks back into the camp and gets starts to fire up this big robot type machine that can unload the stuff from the ship, and starts to bring that over. And you guys would just have to lower the ship's hangar doors or whatever if you want to.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm on a comm chat with anyone.
Yeah, everybody has a communicator, so you can all speak at any time.
Yeah, I would let them know that, of course, they're ready to take their supplies. They seem kind of desperate for them to sort of open everything up, get it ready.
Cool. Yeah, so they make quick work of getting 3 crates or whatever off, and you could tell that she looks a little disappointed by how much stuff there is. Almost like she thought there was going to be a lot more. But she doesn't really say that. But she's kind of they come off, and then she's waiting there, thinking that they're going to get more. And then they put away the robot machine, and she's kind of looking strangely. And she goes, "Oh, all right. I guess that's a supply, huh?"
Yep, that's it. That's all we had.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I would offer you to stay for dinner, but we're a little tight. If you know what I'm saying.
Oh yes.
So you laughs a little bit.
I understand. And I'll kind of raise my eyebrows a bit.
They don't seem to take good care of you, I add from the background.
All of a sudden, everybody turns. You're standing there.
Yeah, Rod would jump
up.
Rod would jump on hearing your voice.
I didn't want to startle you.
Yeah, so she says, "Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I mean, we haven't found much of value here, but any small artifact can be worth a lot of money. So I'm surprised that the backers have obviously not been as supportive now as they were in the past."
Probably something happened.
Well, I mean, there was the incident with Professor Czar, but I don't know. I don't know why that would really. People take risks when they come out here. They know that it's dangerous. So.
What happened to Professor?
Well, surely you've heard of this. The professor's entire team was lost in an excavation.
Is that the one we?
Yeah, that was the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that case, I just.
Well, you can also feel like you don't know. I mean, it was on the news, but
yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't know much more about it except for that. They have very little reception down here for their little televisions or whatever that they get. There's kind of these little televisions that they have news shows and stuff. But their reception out here is not great, so she doesn't get as much as you would have. But you know that it was all over the news channels, which is kind of partially probably why you took the job, because you kind of knew that there was something going on. And of course, it was everybody. She's saying the same thing that you had heard, which is that everybody died on the expedition. But you know, of course, that one guy did not die. At least not right away. He's dead now.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she's she says, I don't know. I had even heard there was going to be an expedition to check out those towers over there. Nothing, and she's like, the Legion hasn't even come to recover their ship. A ship crashed to the south of us. I don't know, 3 weeks ago. So we have not seen them come to recover it. Now, of course, you saw it because you flew overhead, but they can't see it because they're obviously on the ground.
Would you mind us taking a look, maybe? Because we plan to have a look on this planet as well. But if there is something off, to know might benefit you as much as us.
Well, sure, of course. The only areas that are kind of protected are this actual site that we have rights to. Everything else is kind of unless you have a land grant, nobody's going to bother you unless you're tapping into their areas. So like it's almost like the old like mining towns where basically you get a grant from the government to like dig. So anything that's not been granted is kind of you can just walk through and do whatever you want. Obviously, you might get in trouble if you pull you have to pay taxes or something if you pull something out that you weren't supposed to. But yeah,
I'll look to Rodwa questioningly. Might be an option.
I suppose so. Perhaps we should consult with the rest of our crew there.
Why not?
While the talking and stuff has went on with the other group members, you would have seen Yara. When she came out of the ship, she would have adjusted and put on a strap and strapped on her Vulcan carbine, and she would have slung it around to her back in a non-threatening way, of course. And she's been walking around the exterior of the ship, and she's been stretching up and looking at the hulls and stuff on the ship to make sure there's nothing that looks out of place on the ship. And she's really ignored this whole conversation, and no one that's even close to her, even if they were, would notice that she's sitting there biting her lip again as she's just walking around watching her ship, ignoring pretty much the conversation.
Jacob has been actually listening from like the port this whole time, and like recording on the communicator device, and suddenly they take it off their face and like spin it around and just say like what's up, my minions? This is your overlord, parkour human ruler 37, coming at you from some mysterious planet where everyone's died. It looks like we've got a case of some missing supplies in a place where nobody wants to go. Sounds exciting. We should check it out. And then just like covers the lens, and then like puts the communicator back on their face. It's like, oh, sorry, I'm recording for you film. So where are we going again?
Okay. They kind of the doctor looks at you a little bit strangely.
I grin. I think I think we would take a look at sheep. No.
I nod.
Cool.
If you care to accompany us. Looking at Jakub.
Sheep doesn't sound like something my minions would be into.
Maybe
they come to my videos mostly for action stuff, parkour stuff, a little like dipping and diving here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't just leave them hanging and with some sheep.
Jakub, you never know what happens in some places, especially in this kind of place where we know nothing about. Maybe there is some action in the end.
Alright, okay, I'll tag along. See what happens. Hopefully I'll get some filming done here. I need to upload another video soon.
Hero will go along too. Not really sure what my role is yet, so that's why I'm so quiet.
Okay. Yeah, so do you want to, so you're here. Oh, hold on. You're here. It's right there. The ship is here. Do you want to leave your ship here and traverse the land to get to it, or do you want to try to fly closer? You might be able to land here, but it is a marsh, so it's going to require superior piloting to land there. Or you could land up here with no problem, but then you'll have more jungle to go through to get to it.
I say we just walk from where we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can walk. It'll probably take maybe a few hours because it's jungle. It's probably maybe 10 kilometers. Because we're in space, so I have just kilometers. Cool. All right. So you're gonna just go. Is everybody going?
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, you would see Yara. Of course, she would secure the ship where no one can get into it. I don't know how, whatever
Yeah,
ways they have to secure the ship.
Yeah, we'll say that you have like a because you're the pilot, you have like a special communicator that has a way to access the ship and control it on some levels. You can't fly it from the communicator you have, but you can like lock it up and even check back with it and stuff.
And she would be taking her time in doing this because the rest of the party would have noticed now that she's been very quiet and not really spoken to them much. She finishes that up, hoping that they'll head out and she'll be 20, 30 foot behind them as she brings up the rear.
Okay. Cool.
How old is she? Sorry.
What was the question, Maggie?
How old? How old is your character?
Hell, I don't know.
Sorry.
20s, mid-20s?
Okay, thanks.
And you don't know either. She's very well covered. Cool. All right. So you start to head. I guess you walk through the site, which is not very difficult to walk through, and then you can see that out over here you've got like a kind of a tree-lined area that you walk through. And again, it's relatively close to the excavation site, so you feel like it's probably pretty safe just to walk through there. But you do end up at the river, which is you're gonna have to wade through if you want to try to make it to the river. It's probably about maybe, depending on how tall you are, it's between like knee and like thigh deep water that's moving at a pretty decent clip, but it's not like crazy fast. You could probably get through there, but you would have to roll a skill check or figure out another way around it.
Are there any like logs or anything like that laying around?
Not really, because the excavation site has like cut down a lot of the trees around here to use for their stuff. So without like taking their things, not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's mostly tall grass where you are. I mean you can go deeper into the jungle. I guess you can go over here, but you would need a means to cut it down. Or you can probably break a branch off or something, but not a log.
I use the log for something, but
You guys want to do?
So just to clarify, you said the only way to go is across this little stream or whatever?
Well, if you want to go there without trying to, what do you mean without flying the ship across it, you don't really have a means to get across that part of the river. It's not super far. It's probably like, let's say it's like between 10 and 12 meters wide. So it's not super wide, but it's wide enough that you couldn't like jump across. You'd have to kind of walk through the water and get wet.
Yeah, and at this point, Yara has caught up with the rest of the party as they have stopped and surveying this creek, and she walks up to the preacher, and she just looks over at him and goes, what are your thoughts? You're a man of religious type studies. What do you think?
Actually, he's a woman.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know
Is
that.
the whole party women? No, Marcus is a...
I guess so.
I know, Marcus.
Well, there's a gender neutral, and then we've got one man and the rest women. That's the future, man.
Jacob is not either.
Okay.
So I think you're talking. I think you're talking to Bill's
the-
character.
Yeah, I think we'll need the blessing of the dancer to cross this river unless we have other means.
Cool. So do you want to just try to get across?
Are there any trees like we could throw a rope to a tree and like make like a
Does anybody have a rope?
thing to climb across?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean you're pretty much nobody has a rope. Yeah, because you're living on a space station.
I don't think I do. Nope.
There is like a rope item, but I don't think anybody has it. It's like a special electro rope or something. But I don't think you guys have it. You're more like city dwellers.
What kind of roll we got to make to swim across?
You could either. I'll let you do either. You could either do your. I'm sorry. You could either do dexterity, or you could do force. Whatever's better for you. So in order to do a roll, you roll like if you want to do dexterity, you would do your agility, the number of dice of your agility plus the number of points you have in. Actually, I'm looking at you. You probably want to do that. So you would roll 6 dice.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. You'll just see me take off and start crossing the creek. I hope.
Okay. So you got to roll 6d6, and you need to get 1 success.
I had 2 6s out of that.
Perfect. You're able to make it across, no problem.
And as she comes up on the other side of the shore, of course, I'm sure soaking wet and trying to adjust her face scarf and everything again, she just turns around, looks at the other party with 2 fingers and motions for them to come.
All right, Jacob won't waste any time.
Cool. So you can either roll, depending on your character, whatever's better. You either roll force or dexterity. So I don't know what your skills are.
So I fucked up.
Oh shit!
Already.
Okay, so you fell. Okay.
So if I pray to the icons,
you
reroll, right?
You can reroll all the dice that didn't succeed.
Okay.
So basically all the dice.
Yeah. Okay, that looks better. One success.
Okay, that's all you need. So you were like just about to slip, and then you were like, dancer or whatever, and you got the balance. The icons saved you, but now I have a darkness.
Yeah, it will kill me in the end.
Probably.
You said force or what?
You could do force or dexterity, whatever's better for you.
I'm not sure where to find that.
Okay, so
it's under skills, dexterity, agility.
Strength. Okay, yeah.
So if you have any points in either dexterity or force, that's what you want to do.
I have 4 in agility.
Okay, good. So then you go. Well, yeah, your agility. But what about force or dexterity?
I see. No, I don't have either of those.
Okay, so just roll either agility or strength, or is better.
And how do I roll?
So you roll a number of d6s equal to that score, and you're trying to get a 6, basically.
So I roll agility.
Yeah, you roll agility. Yep. So you roll whatever your agility is. What's your agility?
4.
Okay, so you roll 4 d6s,
and
then you want to get at least
1 6.
Okay, perfect. That means you made it across.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So basically, whenever you're doing any kind of skill, you just roll the number of d6s equal to the total number of points you have.
Okay.
So,
got it.
It'll take a few times. We'll get it. So okay, so you're able.
Anarchy.
Did everybody make it across?
Okay, so mine. So my strength is 4 and my force is 3, so I roll 7 d6s.
That's right.
Okay. And looks like I'm going to pray.
Okay, so you pray then to the icons.
Yeah, to the dancer. Unbelievable that I should get a single 6. Okay, that time I got 2 6s.
Perfect. Okay, so you'll
die with me.
Just like Hera, both Hera and Amira, both kind of almost slip, but are able to, with a quick prayer, either out loud or under your breath or over to the icons, you recover yourself and you're able to get across to the side. So now you're kind of standing on the other side. Everybody's kind of wet, at least to like the knees or thighs, depending on how tall you are. And you're kind of standing in like a small, like, what's the edge? So you're like the beginning of growth of like a jungle-y kind of area. And you know roughly which direction to go. So you start, I guess, heading south towards the marsh. Let's see.
I'm not seeing the map anymore. Is there something I'm supposed to do to get to see that?
If you click on me, you should be able to see it. Or when I talk, it comes up. You see it?
Yeah, it stays black for some reason.
Oh.
It's probably my bandwidth. It's so
Well, you can
terrible.
also get the map. If you go to that Dropbox, you can just download it.
It's not showing for me either for quite a while. All I get's a black screen on YouTube, Daniel. So
Oh, really?
I don't know. It must be a Hangout issue.
How about now?
Nah, it's just a black screen
okay.
for me.
I've been getting it just
Working
fine.
for me. Yeah, it looks fine.
Okay, I just got rid of it. So I'm back. Now you see me.
Well, on the
So, yeah, try
chat,
to
there's
download
a link you can download it at.
Yeah, try to download it.
Yeah, I've got it open on PDF. I was just
Oh,
gonna
okay,
let you know, but I was just gonna let him know also it's affecting me too. So
No, that's good because if it's not recording it either, then that would be a problem. So I'll bring it back up after. All right, so you guys are heading down through the jungle a little bit, and it's kind of it's very hot, and you're kind of heading through thick jungle foliage and such. And let's see what you see. As you're moving forward, you're about maybe a half a mile or so into the. See, I lost start. I came to my clones. Half a mile into it, you come upon an area where essentially there's all this growth around you. You're in a jungle essentially. And you start to see like an opening. You see the sun, and maybe you think, "Wow, we got to the marsh quicker than we thought we were going to." But when you step out, you're actually in the kind of a grove. But it's kind of everything in this area. It's probably about a 30 or 40 meter radius area. All the plant life seems dead. There's a large tree in the center that is also looks like it's dying. It's not quite dead, but it's kind of this area of just like kind of dead and decaying foliage that opens up in front of you.
Okay, I'm going to say Jacob has actually been recording this whole time. Like, at the river, he said something and recorded, and now she's here. So, they're going to be, like, talking to their camera, like, "Oh, minions, look at this. This is what we're seeing right now. It's all just dead. It's gone. What could have done this?"
I say too. For the last mission, there was only Radwa and me, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody here is new, basically.
I whispered to Radwa, "I have a suspicion."
Oh, what is your suspicion?
Remember Professor?
Oh, I cannot forget him.
And I point out at that dead landscape. See similarity?
I think.
We have to take care.
Yes. It's a very good observation. I'll watch your back if you watch mine.
I nod.
I'll nod back.
Okay.
Well, minions, it sounds like to me that someone isn't sharing some information.
And Amira looks over to you, smiling. We just know each other very long, young woman. We just share our thoughts, private thoughts. And she's clearly not telling the truth, of course.
Yeah, I mean, like my character can pick up on that pretty well.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel, can I use my Mind Walker ability on a mirror and see to read her mind of what she just said to see how she's really stating that?
Yeah, you can.
What do I need to
So
do?
you need to roll your mystic power.
Do I have to roll
I
something?
don't think so. I have to look at the power. Let me just check. You probably have to touch her or something, but I don't know if that's a problem.
Oh, yeah. So it says Mystic Power is empathy, so that'll be two dice on it.
Well, plus
And
your
then four more,
yeah.
6. Yeah, six total again. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping for at least 1 6, huh?
That's correct.
And I did not get one.
You can pray.
You can pray actually if you want.
Well, I will roll them all again. Because if not, she's going to know I was reading her mind, huh? Wow, this time I got 3 of
Oh
them.
wow. Does she see pictures or does she see or hear text or
Well, it says Mind Walker. It says if you focus your thoughts on a person you have previously met, you can tap into that person's sensory input. You experience what that person sees, hears, and feels in that exact moment, regardless of where the horizon
Okay.
she is. No thoughts or emotions are transmitted.
yeah? So you
No, so
would
you're just
you would-
seeing through her eyes.
no, but what she's thinking right now, while she's
Yeah,
telling
personal.
Radva that moment about that professor, and
Yes.
in her brain she's like thinking.
No, he doesn't know what you're thinking.
No,
But-
but in her brain she sees those pictures, right? She relives what she encountered on the space. No?
If you focus your
No,
thoughts on the person you previously met, you can tap into that person's sensory input. You experience what the person sees, hears, and feels in that exact moment. You're looking through their eyes.
Yeah.
Basically,
But-
he can hear or she can hear you talk to Radwa if it was done in advance and hear what you say and see what you see, but
Okay.
not what you previously.
It also says that she feels what the other person feels. So
Yes.
if that
So
other person
that would
was
be-
feeling fear, for example,
Yeah.
then wouldn't that translate?
No, because the word senses is used. Your 5 senses: sees, hears, feels,
Okay.
tastes.
Yeah, so you would hear what she said, and definitely she
Because it
doesn't show
specifically
it, but
says no emotions, thoughts.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
But it's,
Oh,
it's super
okay.
useful, but not for that. But like
Okay.
what you could do before, though, since you've now met all these people, later on, if you want to just look through their eyes, you could do it. And also the person at the mining camp, stuff like that. That's what I use. It's
Okay.
like a clairvoyance kind of thing.
but now she heard what we said, yeah?
Yeah, you heard
Okay,
what she
yeah.
said, but that's it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But you don't know
At
the
that
details
point,
of it.
at that point, Yara, she's never said a word to anybody while they're going and looking and trying to observe this patch of stuff. So she's just slung her rifle around to the front of her. She points it down at the ground, holding it with both hands.
So when Hera interpret this dead zone here as being something, the power of darkness?
I don't know. Would you? I don't think so.
I didn't know that just some dead plants or I feel
Yeah,
something
it's
evil.
unclear what's going on. It depends on how fanatical and crazy you want to be. I would say no. It doesn't necessarily seem like the power of darkness. It could be, there's loggers here. It could be, maybe a ship dumped some crap there, radiation. There's a lot of things that could kill plants.
Okay, I'm new to the game and obviously new to the character, so I'm just trying to figure out how to play her. I usually role play a little more, but I can't quite get the feel of it yet. So that's why I was asking.
No, yeah. I mean, you can interpret it however you want. I don't think necessarily, personally, that you would necessarily think it was a power of darkness yet. This could be a lot of things.
Okay, I got you.
You'll hit some darkness, and you'll know it when you do.
Okay. All right.
Well, hopefully. Okay, so so you see this area of dead vegetation. Do you want to walk through it? Do you want to go
No.
around it? Do you want to check the tree out?
Amira immediately makes goes to the left and tries to circumvent it, definitely, if that's possible.
Yeah.
I press some things to my communicator and bring up the environmental scanner app or whatever it is.
Okay.
To try and see if I can spot any chemicals or anything like that. Any kind of radiation, basically, is what I basically want to look for right now.
Cool. So you want to
Because of that ability.
technology for that?
Huh?
I think it would do technology for that, right?
Can I use science wits?
Science is what you use? Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it should say on the device what you use.
Environmental scanner gives a +2 to survival. Oh, okay, to survival.
So you use survival. So survival wits.
Oh, I don't have any survival wits, so
Okay. Use your
that
wits.
wouldn't do me any good.
Well, you use your wits plus the +2.
My wits. Oh, okay.
Yeah, your wits is above and under attributes.
All right. Got it. Okay. Okay. So I can roll 6 again.
Good.
No, I don't find anything.
Okay. Do you want to pray to try it again, or you just
Oh,
going
I
to...
accidentally rolled 4. Let me roll 2 more. Nope. I still didn't get anything.
I'm going to use science to see if I can see any scientific reason for the for this area. Does that make sense or no?
How are you going to do it, though?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
that's do that, or
I have a tabula, which I guess is like a tablet.
yeah, or like a sensor.
Not really. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I just know I have wits of science.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could try that, and if you succeed, then I'll give you maybe some information that it won't be exacting because you're guessing. But you can certainly try it. So go ahead, go for it.
Okay. Well, I got 2 6s out of my roll, but I don't know if you meant to make it more difficult, so I should have rolled less. I don't know.
No, it's fine. Basically, you know, which I kind of already said, but I'll say it again. Your character definitely knows that when you asked about the darkness thing on a character, that this could be any number of things. Could kill plants. It could be very well that a ship, let's say, dumped its some radiation here, like it's ejected it, which would be totally illegal. But it could be, you know, this is a jungle and there's nobody really around. There's also a crashed ship, you know, only a few kilometers south of you. It could be that. It could be some kind of environmental thing, like something leaked or poison or something into the ground. You're not really sure because you don't have a sensor to check it, but you think that sure, it's reasonable to think that this could be a scientific anomaly.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it is, but it could be.
Yeah, I understand.
Do you guys want to further investigate this, or do you want to what?
You said I could like pray. How does that work?
So if you pray to the icons, you could re-roll the whole thing every 6 times you succeed. But when you do that, I get what's called a darkness point, which means I can use it against you later.
Okay. I guess I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And I still failed.
Okay. I have so many darkness points right now.
No, you're going to see Yara is going to act on what a mirror does, seeing that she's trying to avoid this area as much as she can. You're going to see Yara fall in over on that side.
Okay. You're just going to try to go around it?
Yeah, she's going to definitely do whatever a mirror does, knowing that there's something that's not right here.
Cool. What's a mirror doing?
She's not good in investigating and such. That's not her area of expertise. So she just, like I said, circumvents that area, walks to the left, and tries to avoid every dead thing on the ground or hanging around or wherever.
Okay, so you're just going to go around it. All right, you can do that.
Definitely.
It's not a huge area. It's like I said, it's like 30 meters. So it's big, but it's not like so big you can't get around it.
So are we at like?
Yep.
So are we at like the edge of this thing, or are
Yeah,
we
you
like
walked up to it. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I'm sorry, like, are we near the river? Or are we like?
No, you can't. You can hear the river from where you are, but you're not near it. You're probably at least half a kilometer from the river.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, we're heading to the lodging station, right? Is that where we were going to?
I think you'll go into the ship. There's a crashed ship.
Yep.
That's in the marsh, basically.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I thought you were doing. Okay, so you're going to keep going? Cool.
Okay, there's a crash ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you guys head more, and you head down now, and again, going through the thick jungle. It's not very pleasant. It's terribly, terribly hot, and of course, you're pretty much like city dwellers, if you will, from the space station, and you kind of didn't prepare to walk through the jungle too much, so you're wet and probably sweating, and let's see. So you do open up into the into the marsh area. You can see it in front of you, and you can see the ship. I mean, it's decent. You're probably at this point you're about 3/4 the way there, as far as time wise. But now you open up the marsh, you can clearly see a ship stuck out of the ground. It is a marshy area now, though, so you're going to be moving pretty slow, and you're up to like you're up to like your calves in mud, like slushing through this thing. It's really like not super pleasant. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are walking through the marsh, heading towards the ship. When everybody roll a, let's see, what's this? Go ahead and roll an observation. But if you don't have it, obviously then roll what's only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So just
One success.
Cool.
Kara
one
has
success. Yep, sorry. Rodway as well.
Nice.
I have
Yeah.
3 in wits, and I rolled 3 6s.
Wow.
I'll never do it again.
Yeah, that was a waste.
Wow.
So yes,
I'm not paying attention at all. Apparently, I didn't get any sixes. So instead, I'm just like I'm recording video about like how tiring it is to walk through all this marsh and stuff, trying to describe it to my minions.
okay. So everybody roll that saw this. Oh, you have to have it. It's culture. Go ahead and roll culture if you have it. Does people have culture? The stuff that's on the advanced sides of your
Culture, empathy.
yeah. Well, no, on the advanced side where it's there's 2 sides to it, general and advanced. So culture's on the advanced side.
Yeah,
If you don't have a number there, you can't test against that skill ever.
but it says culture, empathy, right? That's right.
But do you have a number there?
Yeah, but it's
4.
advanced.
Yeah, you could do it. Yeah. So if it
Okay.
doesn't have a number there, you cannot test against it.
Okay.
But if you do, then you can test against it.
Okay.
1 success.
Perfect.
No successes for Rodway out of 6 dice.
Okay, so you guys see pop up out of the marsh these things that kind of look like lemurs, but they're tall. They're bigger than a lemur should be. They're about
Like
3
what?
feet tall. Lemurs.
Oh,
They're
yeah. Mhm.
little lemurs. It's like a kind of a rodent. So you see these things pop up. You know exactly what it is. It is a kilbury. They are a semi-intelligent kind of creature, and they're often sold as pets even. They're kind of like their pelts can be valuable, but they are semi-intelligent, so it's a little controversial to basically to capture and kill these things. But you see 4 of them, and they seem
Can
to
they
be kind of not really, but if they're around humans enough, they can sometimes understand. So, but they do have a voice. They do speak, but unless you have a way to talk to them like a voice, well, you might actually have that. If anybody has a voice or there's a special communicator that allows you to speak different language module, it's called.
No.
Yeah. So if you don't have that, then
No, I
you
don't.
can speak to them. I don't think anybody has one, but
Okay.
you might.
Has a
So,
what?
yeah. Language module. Actually, you might have one, Roger.
I have a voice amplifier and a lie detector, but yeah, I don't have.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. So you won't be able to actually.
Oh, no, I just realized I do have hyper rope.
Oh, you do.
For what it's worth,
Great.
it was at the bottom, kind of off the.
Because it's a tiny odd item, so it doesn't take up any space. That's why it's the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you see these things kind of coming through the marsh. It looks like maybe they're scurrying along, and you see them out maybe like 20 meters away, and they kind of stop and they're looking at you. They see that you saw them.
I nod at them.
Yeah, I'll raise a hand and like a greeting.
Okay, so you'd be like a
I'll back
neutral kind of like non-aggressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see.
Sorry, I dropped, but I'm back now.
There's basically a bunch of like lemurs. Well, they're 3 foot tall, but they are
So since I didn't see them, I'm still just like chatting away on my communicator.
I'm assuming they all stopped, so maybe you noticed that they stopped because you're kind of looking at these things.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know, unless you want to walk past everybody.
Does that eyepiece that comes down in front of your eye for communication, does it move up and down like it's a lever kind of thing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when we see the lemurs, you're still talking, I just kind of reach over and push it up.
Okay.
So now you see. Yeah, so they're looking at you guys, and there's 3 of them. And actually, whoever rolled culture, 2 of you. Oh, you rolled 3 6s, right, John? So you know.
No, I didn't have culture. I had
who had that was on the other
the
thing.
Whitfield.
I did.
You had, okay.
I have
Yeah.
culture, couldn't roll it, but I had dropped connection at the time. If you want me to roll it, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said that we could all roll culture, or only the ones who noticed to begin with?
Only ones that noticed it.
Okay.
So I don't know if you noticed it or not. But also only if you have a number in it, because that's an advanced skill, so you can only roll it if you have the skill.
I got 2 6s.
Nice. Okay. So basically, you guys know who know about these things, that they're kind of like, they're semi-intelligent, they're like tribal, if you will, and they often paint their fur, to basically represent like their level. And none of these guys are super highly painted, so you don't suspect that they're, there might just be like a hunting party or something. They don't seem like they would necessarily be like a leader or anything like that they would be able to negotiate or talk to you. They're just kind of looking at you.
Are they known to be an aggressive species?
No, definitely not. I mean, they'll fight back, but they're not. I mean, the only way that they might be aggressive, or that you might think they're aggressive, is if they've been heavily hunted in this area. But you don't really know. I mean, they're not supposed to be. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they came from the east. Too.
And how many are there?
3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't say on my character sheet, but do I have rations or food, that sort of thing?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, you have it on the ship. You guys don't carry food around with you because you're
Okay, I understand.
on the spaceship.
So after Hira pushed my communicator up, I could roll a check after that.
Let's check what?
For the culture, because I have 1 in culture.
Yeah, you can if you want to. I mean, I'm assuming people that know about them have communicated this or not. I don't know, like what they are. But go ahead, roll. So see if you know.
So I only have 1, so I can only roll 1 in culture.
The 1 in culture plus whatever your wits or whatever the skill is with you.
Okay, so I have 4 in empathy, that's what it is. So I can roll 5 total.
Sure.
Okay, cool. And I got 1.
Okay, so you also know that. So yeah, these things are, I mean, they're not super uncommon. So whoever doesn't know about them probably just doesn't care about that sort of stuff. They're oftentimes pets.
And what are they called again?
They're called a Kilbury. I'll put it in the chat.
Silvery. Okay. So once I see them, because they push my communicator up, I'll pull it back down. I go, oh, check it out, minions! It's a Kilbury. Oh, these things are cool.
Yeah. So yeah, they are pretty cool actually. They're just looking at you, almost like how an animal might stop and just like look at you, like they don't know what you're gonna do.
Okay. Can I attempt to like slowly approach them, like just put my hand up or whatever, and like hey, how's it going? Just kind of like soft voice, see if I can gain their trust.
Sure. You gonna walk towards them? Okay. What's everybody else doing?
While she's doing that, Yara at the back of the group is seeing her raise her voice and excitement and then approaching these things and not knowing anything about these things. She just mutters in her own breath, foolish, so foolish.
Okay, so you approach them. Let's see. I'm gonna. What's everybody else doing?
I just watch, kind of intrigued to see what's happening.
Yeah, Rod was right there with you, kind of just watching, arms crossed at his chest.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you move forward and go ahead and let's see.
Manipulation, maybe.
What?
Manipulation, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to gain their trust.
Yeah, go ahead and roll manipulation and
Okay.
see what they how they react to you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm having to use that Armon roller because I don't have all of my D6s here. No, I fail.
Okay. So, do you want to pray to the icons before they react?
I'm going to regret this later, but yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yay, I got one. I succeeded on one.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like they're about to run, and then they kind of like reconsider as you pray to the icons, and yeah, they're just kind of looking at you. They allow you to approach.
Okay. Are there any that kind of look like maybe they might be the leader or something?
No, they don't look like they're none of them are highly painted, which is they paint their skins when they're so you would know that too. Nope. I mean they might be a leader of this group, but they're tribally shown.
All right, so I'm talking about minions. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to gain their trust. I'm going to see if one of them will let me pet it. And I'm going to reach my hand out and try to pet one.
Yeah, you could do it. I mean, the one in the front kind of just lets you do it. They're kind of looking at you, and it's kind of.
Okay, so I'm just over here now having a ball and petting them and getting along with them.
Yep.
And yep, I'm gonna kind of look around like, oh, where did you come from?
Yeah, so you can kind of see that they came from the east. That's where we could see kind of the ground is, you can see footprints and stuff because it's a marshy area.
Are we at the ship now? Like
no, the ship's still a decent amount away. You can see the ship, but you're not that close to it. The ship's to your south.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see kind of where they came from, and so it allows you to pet them a little bit, and then it kind of like backs away a little bit, and then they turn around and start going back to where they came.
All right, see y'all later. Oh, wasn't that cool? Wasn't that cool, minions? Some Kamari right there. I think I'll get one as a pet when I get back home.
Rodwood just shakes his head a bit and sighs.
Yeah, so if you could, I brought the map back up so we can see it. So you guys are kind of like right here, and they're going this way, and of course the ship is here.
All right, so then I'll put my communicator up and I'll turn around like, hey, what are you all waiting for? Come on, we're trying to get to this ship, right?
I'll shove Amira forward a bit.
I sigh and I start walking again to the direction of the ship.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably fairly miserable because it's really kind of messy and you're wet and hot. But yeah, you eventually get to the ship, and you can see that it looks like it's from the Legion, which is one of the factions. You can see its markings on there, and it looks like it might be some kind of experimental ship because you've never seen it before, and it is thoroughly crashed. With a quick kind of investigation, you're looking around. You can see that the like ejector seat or whatever you will from it, it has been ejected, so it doesn't look like there's anybody like crashed with the ship. It's like they basically bailed out. But yeah, so you're looking at this kind of what it could be interesting ship, kind of a fighter, but it's definitely crashed.
Yo, minions, check it out. This must be what's causing all of this, all these plants to die. And with that, I'm gonna try and climb up to the top of the ship so I can see out around all the dead stuff.
Okay, well, nothing's dead here. You're far away from that now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then never mind about that.
Okay. Yeah, that area was knowledge.
Top, like it's just out in the middle of this marsh, out in the middle of nowhere, and I want to climb up to the top so that I can look around the marsh and get some good dynamic angles for when I edit my video.
Cool. Yeah. So, anything you guys want to do out here in the marsh?
Is the door? Is there? You said it's like a fighter, so there is not like an actual door, right? Like
That's
we
right.
have on our ship. Okay.
Yeah, your ship is way bigger than this. Like you could probably put the ship, even though it doesn't look like it's in the picture, but you could probably almost put the ship inside of yours. So,
Huh.
but there is like a cockpit kind of thing, and it's like kind of blown off, and like I said, the seat's missing, so it looks like maybe it ejected.
I say to Yara, do you think you can fly these?
She looks straight at you. Of course, you can't see her facial expression besides her eyes. And she just looks at you and she doesn't say anything. And you think she's not ever going to reply to you. And then she goes, maybe with quite a bit of work.
This might be a good addition to our ship if we can make it work again. I look to Radwa. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. I suppose we should give it a shot. Could be useful.
But it's missing the canopy and the chair. I mean, the pilot seat.
Right.
Seat and canopy can be as expensive as a whole ship. So win-win.
Sure, if we can get it to our ship and inside of our ship.
Bring ship to ship. Bigger ship to little ship. Huh?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
What do you say, Yara?
At this point, you'll notice her facial expression is tensed up some, and you can tell she's biting her lip again, and she just yes, yes, I think maybe, and you'll see her turn, and she walks 10 foot away from you, like she's almost ignoring you, but you'll notice that she's taking out something from one of her pouches of her jacket, and she's taking this little pill to help her with her personal problem, which is agoraphobia.
Oh,
because
yeah,
at this
that's
point,
something.
she's feeling kind of helpless at this point, so she's trying to stifle that from coming off at any moment.
Yeah, you're definitely in a big open field right now. So yeah, so just so you get a size for size, you probably would have to disassemble it on some level to get it inside your ship. But it could be done. I mean, it would take tools and time.
Oh, I thought we could like put it in our cargo area and use it as a shuttle, you know? Okay.
Yeah, no, it probably could fit in there with some modification. Let me just look at your ship. I don't think you're quite.
Sorry, I already saw dollar bills.
No, well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth money. Yeah, you probably could get it inside. That's your storage. Yeah,
While you're checking that, I turn to Jakub and say, why don't you check on inner ship? Huh?
Oh, yeah. I'll look at the inside of it.
Okay. Yes, you look inside of it. It looks experimental, but it's definitely a fighter. It's got weapons and such, like a decent amount of weapons, and it is small, single person, maybe two people ship.
Oh man, this is so cool. I just want to fire it up and take off. Maybe go bombed some forest area around here.
Nothing weird inside, no?
Switches for weapons, that's about all I see that would be considered weird. I mean, this is definitely not like anything else on the market.
Huh.
Yeah, basically you would be able to, because this is about the size, you would be able to, like, if you disassembled it, be able to take at least like you probably could get it inside your cargo hold. But it's not so small that you could just put it inside your ship and fly it in and out of it. You'd have to like connect it to the outside. It's probably like about almost half as long as your ship, but it's not nearly as wide.
Okay.
So I mean, it's you could probably somehow get it, and it is definitely probably worth something, and it's certainly an experimental ship. But it's not as simple as just sticking it into your ship. You'd have to.
Yeah, maybe we can just sell it. I mean.
Yeah.
We still need to pay off our debts, right? So for the,
100%. You're very much in debt.
Ship.
Does everyone have communicator devices?
Yep. I think, yeah, right.
Okay. Then I bring up like a separate app from like what I'm filming on and like take pictures on the inside and like send it to everyone that's around me so that they can see the inside of it and everything.
Now, question. I'll look to the others. Why isn't it being picked up? It's worth something, right?
Well, yes, obviously something is wrong with it.
Seeing though this... Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. Just seeing that no one else wants to take it, something's wrong with it.
Well, I mean, it looks like this was something the government was working on. It probably just wouldn't be worth their time to pick it up. I mean, if this is some kind of experimental fighter, chances are they have like 20 more models. Why pick up this one and take time to fix it up, even if it would be cheap to do it? I think it's just more luck for us that we found it.
Or coincidence. Dead area. And I point in that direction. Dead area. Missing crew. We in the middle of it. No?
Maybe they bombed that area, and that's why everything in that area is dead.
Hey, Daniel, I have a question.
Sure.
Would we know anything, and you may already address this, if you did, I missed it, I'm sorry, but would we know anything about this ship? Does it have any markings on it that would indicate,
yeah, it's part of the Legion, and the Legion is one of the factions. Let me just check. Legion 106. Let's see. So the Legion, I'll tell you what you know about that. The Legion is comprised of a diverse collection of mercenaries and armed skippers, gathering around the remnants of a fleet squadron from the Portal Wars. They're basically almost like a mercenary army, and they are first come, which means that they were not from when the Coriolis ship came. Like some of you guys are first come as well. They were here before these like Portal Wars started. And basically they're like fighters. They're like a mercenary group, and they're known to be great warriors, essentially.
Yeah, I would walk up. Yara would walk up closer to the ship and look up at Jakub. And did you see any hand weapons in there? Are there anything to indicate anything they've left behind? Mercenaries behind.
Can I search the cockpit and see if I find anything else?
Yeah, sure. Go do an observation.
Okay, 1 second. All right, that's wit. I don't have any observation though, so I can just do wit.
That's okay. Yeah, on that side you can just roll your wits. If it's on the left side, you can roll just your score.
Ah, okay. Cool. So I can just roll my wits to see. I failed. No, I don't see anything else. It doesn't seem like there's anything else in here. And with that, I'm just gonna like hop out of the cockpit and like just slide down the front of the ship to the ground.
Okay.
Is this a single pilot fighter?
It looks like it would be possibly two people, like back and front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any damage to the outside?
Definitely.
It looks like it's damaged from the crash. It doesn't look like it's been shot down though. Like the front smushed, and like I said, it's ejected, and that's about all you can tell without some kind of like more in-depth like mechanical knowledge of it. But it looks like maybe it like lost power or something, or it's unclear. But everybody roll an observation at -2. And this is an opposed check, so you can't pray.
So if we don't have observation, it would be just straight wits. So we'd take
That's right.
straight wits and then -2 to wits, though?
Yep.
Okay.
So I get to roll 1 die.
Okay.
And I rolled a 1.
Nice.
I
You
failed.
find the trap.
I failed.
I failed.
Did anybody make it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. So you guys are checking out the ship, not really like fully focusing on what's around you, and all of a sudden, you realize at the last second that you are surrounded by what essentially look like dogs or wolves, but they're standing on 2 legs. And everybody make a culture with +2 though, because these are pretty well known.
2 successes.
Perfect. So you know that they're called necra, and they are basically let's see, they walk upright, hard sinewy muscles. You guys all see that. Thin covering of fur, large fangs, and wild eyes give it a menacing look. They're basically they're almost like werewolfy kind of people. I mean, they're not werewolves in that sense, but that's how they look. They're like upright wolves, and they're incredibly vicious, and they're often trained as gladiators. And there is 4 of them, and they're actually attacking you guys. Let's see, because everybody didn't see them get close enough. Oh, actually, hold on, how close did they get? Nobody had a 6, right?
I have 2.
Oh, you have 2. Okay, so you actually. Let me
I had
see.
3
You actually, how many did you have?
3.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you actually.
That's on culture, right?
No. The earlier. The
Oh no, I had
the
nothing.
observation.
No, I'm sorry. No successes on the earlier roll.
Yeah, but yours were on the observation, Mikey.
Yeah, I had 3 6s on observation, but not the earlier roll. Sorry.
I had on culture.
Okay, but not on observation. You guys were all
No,
surprised.
mm-mm.
Okay. Cool. All right, yeah, they only had 1, but that's enough to have surprised you. Okay, so they're in on you, and they're going to actually. Now we're going to roll initiative. I'm not going to give them a surprise round because they actually only got 1. So everybody rolls a d6.
Just D6, no modifiers?
Straight up d6.
We all
And
roll
then-
it?
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Out of 5.
Got a
Cool.
1.
Now, if you're going to use a weapon that has a modifier to initiative, you can add that to your initiative for any round that you're using it. So in other words,
So
I know
it's just-
a Vulcan cricket, I think is like +2 or something. So if you're using that,
Under,
and you're
under
actually-
bonus, it says +1, so you could add that.
that's right. So where it
Okay.
says bonus, that's
Okay.
no. Where it says initiative, it's right next to bonus.
Okay, yeah, I see it. I'm sorry. Okay.
I have a
Yeah.
stun gun, so I guess I actually have a 2 initiative because it adds a +1.
Oh, if you're going to use the weapon, but you have to use it if you do that.
So I'm using the Vulcan cricket just to be sure. It has the bonus +1 and the init +2. I add that to the 1 that I got.
So you add the +2 for the
Yeah.
init, so that would make your initiative when you're using it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great.
As long as you're going to use it. If you
Yeah,
don't use
yeah.
it, go reverse back to the other.
I plan to use it.
Okay,
I plan to use my stun gun, so I use a 2 instead of 1.
cool. Okay, so everything's set. All right, so actually, Tony, your character's going to go first. You guys, they didn't quite get close enough before you saw them. Like they got really close to you, but they didn't get within melee range, which is probably what they're gonna have to use, obviously, because they're like wolves. You see them; they're in short range, basically, which is like within 20 meters or 10 meters, rather.
Yeah, and what I want to do, and you tell me how to do it. I want to use all 3 of my action points to go fully automatic. My carbine on them.
Okay, right. So use it right exactly. So if you make a slow action, which uses all your action points, all 3 of them, you can use automatic fire. So the way automatic fire works is you make a regular attack first, which means you take your ranged combat. So that's ranged combat plus agility if you have it.
It'll be just agility, okay.
Okay, and then you're going to add any weapon. You have a Vulcan carbine? Oh yeah, I'm looking at your character. Yes, you're actually +1, so it'll be agility.
One more, okay.
Yes, so you're 5 dice.
Okay.
And you roll that. So roll that first. Yep.
And I need 6s again.
6s hit, yeah.
I got 2 6s.
Nice. Okay, so here's how this works. We'll get the automatic fire in a second. When you hit somebody with a 6, it does the weapon's damage. So your damage is 3.
3, okay.
Okay, so we'll just make a note here. So that's the initial damage that it does. Now, you can either add 1 point of damage with that 6, or you can do other things. You can, and also you can wait to do this if you want. I'll tell you what you can do. This is kind of the interesting part of combat. So every additional 6 will give you an extra benefit. And again, the first benefit is that you can just do 1 more point of damage. That's what you want to do.
Okay.
Or, because you're using automatic fire, you could actually use that second 6 to hit another opponent instead. So basically, you could hit 2 opponents instead of 1. And that attack on them would do 3 points.
Okay.
But with the bonus effect of your extra 6, you can either let's see, increase your damage by 1. I already said that. You can't do a critical injury unless you have enough 6s, which is one reason why you might not want to use this yet. Your critical number is 2, so
right.
you'd have to get an additional 2 6s to do a critical injury. And critical injuries can do things like break their legs or instantly kill them and stuff like that. So
I would have to have 4 then.
You would have had to have had 3 total. You have 2,
3,
right?
Okay.
But you could also do what's called suppressive fire for your 1 extra point, which will give them stress, which can be useful. That stress, your stress goes off their mind points. So if you think something might be scary and easy, giving them stress is useful, or if you don't want to kill them. You can also raise your initiative by 2 points permanently for this round, this combat, or you can disarm them, but they're not carrying any weapons.
Yeah,
what I'm doing automatic fire.
Yeah, what I'm doing and seeing is vicious as they probably look to me, but still not knowing nothing about them like my teammates do. I'm gonna use that to automatic fire to hit 2 of them. So I want to hit 2 of them and do 3 damage to 2 of them. This is what I would do.
Okay. So now, because you have automatic fire going, you can now start to roll d6s 1 at a time, and every time you roll another 6, you can add effects or damage. As soon as you roll a 1, your clip runs out. But you can stop firing at any point if you decide you don't want to.
So you say roll 1d6 right now, right?
So roll 1d6 at a time.
I had a 3.
Okay, so that does nothing. So you can roll again if you want.
Shoot, yeah. I had a 6.
Okay, so now with that 6, you can either hit another opponent, add 1 more point of damage to somebody you already hit, or do any of the other things.
Oh, we're gonna hit another one. Let's go for all of them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're moving your gun around. You just hit a 3rd one now for 3 points. You can now keep rolling if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for that 4th one.
Yeah.
I had another 3.
Okay. So again, you could roll again. And again, as soon as you roll a 1,
clip goes out.
Okay.
I had a 5 at the time.
Okay, so
I had a 2. So what if I decide I just want to stop?
You can just stop if you want, and then your clip will go out.
It will go out when I stop?
Nope. You can stop if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to stop at that point, seeing that I hit 3 out of 4 and hope that the next person can get the 4th one.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so you caused a lot of damage, actually. So you rip across with your automatic weapon, and you actually hit 3 of these guys. But now it's their turn to move because they're on 4. So they're actually going to use their a quick action to move in closer. So they're going to come into melee combat, and then they're going to make a regular melee attack against. Let's see, I'll roll randomly. They're going to attack. There's 4 of them. First one's going to go after 2, 3. Jacob, the second one is going to go after. What are you guys' names? Rodwell. And then one's going after Yara. And one is going after Amira. Okay. So they're going to make melee attacks against you guys. So they got their claws. They're basically coming at you with this melee attack. And for that, they need to test their melee attack skill. So now they're going to come at you with their claws. So for melee attack, oh wow, okay, they're actually really good. They have 9 dice. So the first one is going against Jacob. Wow. With 9 dice, they do not get a single 6. So Jacob is totally fine. The second one is going against, let's see, Rodwell. Ooh, Rodwell. Only 1 6. So now you can actually defend if you want, Marcus.
Sorry, say that again.
So basically, this like wolf thing attacked you.
Uh-huh.
And we're in melee combat now. So
Right.
since you were attacked, you can actually defend if you want. And the way that works is you have to use up your points.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fast reaction. So when you go into combat in this game, basically everybody, every single turn, or gets three points that they can use.
Right.
A normal attack takes 2 points. The automatic fire took 3 points. But this reaction takes 1 point. So if you want to defend against it, you can do that. And basically what you end up doing is you make a melee combat check.
Mm-hmm.
And for every 6 you get, you can reduce their damage or do other things to them. They only got 1 6. So if you do that and you get at least 1 6, you'll take no damage, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
And it's a fast reaction.
4 dice, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I got 1 6.
Okay,
so
perfect. So now you can either not take damage, basically, or you can do a counterattack.
And how does the counterattack work?
Yeah. You can do weapon damage against them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do your weapons damage against them instead, but you'll also still take damage, though.
Okay. No, I'll just block it. I'm not gonna risk the counterattack.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good idea because they have large claws.
Yeah, it sounds completely horrible.
Yeah, yeah, they're pretty scary looking. Okay, so good. All right, so you were able to successfully get away from that. Now, let's see. Now our Mystic is getting attacked. Dice. Wow, not a single hit. Good. And finally, the poet. There is a werewolf jumping on you. Ooh. Oh no. All right, well, they got 3 6s. So, Amira, you may want to do a defense against this.
I do.
It's basically clawing you.
It's what?
It's trying to scratch you with its claws.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I roll.
So roll your melee.
Okay. Strength. Yeah, that will work great. No.
Great. Okay. All right. So you take claw, right? So you take 2 plus. You'll just do extra damage because it's trying to take you out. So it's going to basically, you're going to take 4 points of damage.
Oh.
You get a heavy scratch from this.
Makeup is ruined. That's worse.
This probably tore right through your clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So now we're down to 3. Rodwa. What do you want to do?
Can I shoot my Vulcan cricket?
Yeah, 100%.
That is what I would like to do. Let's
Do you want to shoot the one that came at you?
Yeah. Really quick though, how many bullets does it?
Okay, so the way bullets work in this is that you don't ever have to worry about it during combat unless your weapon is specifically single shot. Basically, after every combat, you reload.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Yep. So I'll do that. Which is
So
range combat. Yeah. So 3 dice. There we go.
Well, also your weapon probably has bonus.
Oh yeah, it does. Right. It has I think a +1. So 1 more dice. Okay, so just 1 6.
Cool. All right. So you shoot with the Vulcan cricket. What's your damage?
It is 2.
Okay. It takes 2 points damage.
Very nice.
Okay, so they're all damaged now because I rolled randomly. That was actually the one that wasn't damaged. Okay, so every one of them has a bullet in them, and we're now down to both Jacob and Hera. What are you guys doing?
I guess I'll try to hit one with my shock stick. That's what I have as a weapon.
Cool. So that's melee combat.
Right.
Will I get like any kind of like disadvantage or anything if I try to shoot it with my stun gun?
No, I think you're fine because they're kind of. You can actually take. What you'll need to do is take a step back, probably to be able to shoot it, so it's not right on top of you because it's not grappling you, so you can shoot it.
Okay, I'll say like I rolled like when it attacked me, since it missed me every time, like I just rolled back on top of the ship, and like over to the other side of it, and then I like point my gun at it and shoot at it.
Cool.
And how do I roll this?
So roll ranged combat. So plus whatever
okay.
bonus you have for your weapon.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I have range combat. So does that mean that I just roll agility
That's correct.
plus whatever? Okay. So agility plus whatever bonus I get, and okay. I rolled 3 6s.
Nice. I think your weapon. Does it have a crit? I'm trying to look it up. Yeah. What is the stun?
It says crit stun.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So what is the crit number?
It just says crit stun.
Oh. That.
At the bottom of your character sheet, Crystal, would ought to have it. The block says damage and then crit and have a number or no number in it on mine.
Crit is
It
stun,
has
yeah.
damage 2, crit stun.
Yeah.
Range short, comment
Yeah.
stun.
Yeah, the crit is stun. So basically. Oh, I see. So basically, you can do stress instead of actual damage if you want. So you can either do stress damage or physical damage with that. That's what that means.
And stress damage makes it run away.
No, if it takes no stress damage, it basically falls down like freaking out but not dead. Basically, stress damage will never kill it. It'll basically stun it. I mean, it'll knock it out essentially.
I'll just have it do regular damage, I guess.
Okay. So you can do 2 points for the first 6, and then you can, if you want to do an additional point of damage per 6, you can do that, or you can raise your initiative by 2 points, or you can disarm it.
What does raising my initiative do?
It would make your initiative 4 instead of 2. That would cost 1 point.
I'll just have it do extra damage each
Okay.
time.
So 2 more points of damage. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad actually. It's not that one's looking really hurt.
Okay, so for my stun stick, it shows a bonus of +2.
Yep.
So I'll use strength of 4, and then so 2 more, so 6 dice total.
That's correct. If you don't have melee combat, just use your strength.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. So it's total fails.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So you can pray to the icons if you want.
Oh, I thought you couldn't do that in combat.
No, you can. Just not on that first thing. It was an opposed check.
Okay. Well, on the second attempt, I have 1 success.
Nice. Okay. And yours is a stun stick, right? So,
Correct.
does that damage
It does
something?
1. It says 1 damage. Crit
Okay.
is a stun, but I don't think I critted.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you whack it and take some point damage. Cool. Okay, so that's this round. So we're back up at the top. Tony.
Yeah, quick question. Just the one that's on me. Reading on this, it says if I do close range, it's a -3, but
Yep.
then I can do a quick shot. It says it's -2, but it says that under this quick shot I can do close range. So would the quick shot negate the -3, and I would just be a -2? Is that right? Is that the way it's supposed to be? The way I read it, or not?
A quick
Because
shot.
under quick shot
it
it's under quick shot it says you can only fire a quick shot attack against enemies at close range or short range.
Yeah.
And you take a
No,
-2.
you're because you're not engaged. Hold on, you're not -3 unless it's engaging you. I don't think. Was it engaging
Okay,
you?
I thought I had one on me. Okay.
Well, you do, but it missed you. So I'm going to say it jumped right past you. So yes,
Okay.
if you're actually engaged, so you're actually +3 because it's so close to you.
So I could do the quick shot and just take a -2 then and shoot it at 3 times.
That's right.
That's what I'm going to do then. Because it says it
yes.
uses 1 action point or whatever instead of the
Yeah,
normal.
you could do 3 quick shots if you'd like, but you're -2.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do then. So it'll be 3D. The first one misses.
Okay.
Second one's going to miss. And the third one will hit with 1/6.
Nice. Okay, so that does 3 points of damage. So I think after you do a quick shot, 3 quick shots, though, you're out of ammo, right?
Yep, my clip is empty and I must reload it. So,
Okay, so that
my
takes-
next turn, does that mean like the next turn I'll have to spend it all reloading?
It's a normal action.
Is it okay?
So
Sounds
it takes
good.
two of your points.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good to me.
Cool. All right, so it's their turn now. So I guess they're going to continue to attack the people they're attacking. So the first one was on. I'm just going to go in order this time. The first one was on Amira. And actually, I could use the darkest points. Okay. Let's see. 5, 9. Okay, it's going to attack you again. Oh, we got 2 6s. Do you want to defend against the?
I guess.
I don't see why you wouldn't, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so it's going to do 2 points of damage.
Okay,
And then-
I'm on 0.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are broken.
What?
Hey, Daniel, can I ask a quick question about something real quick? Because I know, like, I have armor points. Does she not have any armor points or
Yeah, I don't
anything?
think you have armor, do you? I think you're the only one with armor.
No. Let me check.
It should be down under armor. I don't
Can
think
we-
you're armor.
Oh, okay. No.
Are you?
No. Mm-mm.
No, I think the only person with armor is you, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious on if anybody else.
No,
had
actually,
it.
that's a good point. If anybody else has armor, let me know. But I was trying to remember. I think the only person who has armor is you.
Okay.
You have protective clothing. Nobody else has armor. So you're broken.
Like forever?
No. You're just broken. That means you're out of combat for now. You're totally fine. So actually, it was going to grapple you, but it grapples you, but you're broken, so it doesn't really matter. But at least you're keeping it occupied. It just means you can't do anything, basically. It can continue to attack you, but it needs to get criticals to do any more damage. So basically, right now, you can't go below 0, basically.
Yeah. I'm just doing this for the party, mind you.
Yes, of course.
Much appreciated.
Wow. Okay, so you're broken. Anyways, you go. So it was 1 on you. Hold on. I should roll that correctly. It'll actually get rolled. All right, 1 6 against you. So do you want to defend against that? Crystal?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do want to defend against
Okay,
that.
so you roll again. Roll a melee.
Roll.
Roll a melee strength.
Okay.
So if you don't have melee, then just roll strength.
Okay. Cool. Failed and failed.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So it does to you 2 points of damage. You don't have armor, right?
Okay.
Look in the lower right
I
hand
do
side
not
of
have-
your.
I checked. I don't have any.
Yeah, I think 20. Cool. All right. So you are also now to the only person with armor. Let's see. Back to you. 1-6. So you do want to defend against it?
Does that cost me some of my points to defend?
If you defend, it costs you a point. Yep. But you also have
One
armor.
extra
Your
point.
armor is you roll 3d6. If you get every 6 you get, it takes away. So you can risk it.
So do I have to defend to use my armor or not?
No. If you defend, you roll a melee attack, and then if you for every 6 you remove one of their 6s.
Okay. No, I'm not going to defend. I'm just going to hope my armor will defend. Will take some
Okay.
of the brunt.
Yes, just roll
So I
3.
need Okay. 1-6 out of that.
Perfect. That's all they had. So you take no damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Does that armor go down to 2 now, or does it stay?
No, actually, no. You take 1 point of damage because the armor. Every point of the armor reduces it by 1 point of damage. You are going to take 2, so you take 1 point of damage.
One point,
No, the armor
okay.
doesn't go down. The armor stays. And then finally,
Because you
Radwa.
also armor then.
Yeah. Finally, Radwa, one goes after you and rolls a single 6 again. So do you want to defend?
Even I'm muted. Yeah, I want to try to defend again.
Okay.
So I have to roll for that, yeah.
Yeah, you have to roll
Melee.
a melee. Yeah.
Right. And 2 6, 3 6s. Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you totally just like swap to the side.
Oh.
Actually, you have extra 6s, so you can do more stuff.
Oh,
It
cool.
only has 1, so you can do something. You could counterattack
Mm-hmm.
if you want, or raise your initiative.
I'll counterattack. Why not?
Cool. So you do. You're going to use both of them for that. So you do 2 points of damage to the monster.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. That's not too bad.
Very nice.
Yeah, you guys are actually doing decently well, even though one of you is dead. She's not dead. She's broken. And we're back to that was them. Now we're back to you guys. So now it's you, actually, Marcus. What'd you like to do? Now you are engaged, right? Oh no,
Yeah.
you blocked it. You blocked it. No, but
Yeah,
you
I blocked
actually fought back. So you're engaged. So if you use your missile weapon, you're going to be at disadvantage. You're going to take -3.
Okay, can I can I try a melee attack with the pistol or something? Like just try to
You
hit
can
it?
just do a melee attack. It'll just do 1 point of damage because you don't
Okay.
have an actual melee weapon.
Yeah, that sounds good. So what is that? Strength?
Yeah, it's strength melee. If you got it.
Okay. No successes.
Okay, so you can pray if you want to try to attack again, or you can just take that you didn't hit it.
I just take the miss.
And now we're down to our 2s. So that's our. I'll get all the names by the end. It's Jacob and Hera. What do you guys want to do?
I'll hit it again with my stun stick.
2.
So, whoops. All right, so that's 2 successes.
Nice.
So we'll just do both as damage.
Okay, so that's 3 then, right? Your initial just 2.
The initial damage from the weapon is 1.
Okay,
so I
so
guess
2
it does.
total.
Yeah,
Okay.
so 2 total. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, it's on its last legs. It's basically not doing so well.
Okay.
All right, so I'm now engaged with this thing because of my defending.
Yeah, if you defend it, then you're engaged. Well, if you defended and failed, it didn't do damage to you, right?
It did do 2 points of damage to me.
It did. Okay, yes, you're exactly. So you're either -3 if you want to try to shoot it from this range, or you can try to just do a melee attack.
Well, I would have to reload anyway, I think, because you said you have to reload at the end of each.
No, end of each combat. You're fine.
Oh, at the end of each combat.
Yep.
Okay. Well, if I'm in melee, different. Is there any way I can like disengage combat like in Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, you can actually back off, and normally I wouldn't be able to do anything, but because I have darkness points, I can actually take an opportunity attack. If I didn't have any darkness points, I wouldn't be able to. You could just walk away. But because I do.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just try and hit it with the butt of my pistol, and that'll just be strength. All right.
Yeah.
I get 1/6.
Perfect. That does 1 point of damage. Nice. Cool. All right, back up to the top with Tony.
Yeah, Yara grabs the never clip as she slams it into her weapon using 2 of her action points. And her last one, she's going to just stare at this thing. It struck her and didn't get through her armor. She just stares at it and doesn't even say anything. And she takes her 1 shot, and she actually gets 1/6.
Nice. And what's your damage? You 3 for your weapon.
3. Yep, 3.
Oh, yeah, you kill it.
Oh, it killed
you
it?
basically
Okay, good.
Yeah, you jam the clip into it. You do like a hip shot, and you basically shoot it right in the gut, and it falls to the ground dead.
Yeah, and
Well,
she just, at this point, just scanned. Can I take movement, too, after this, or not?
No, because you used up your all your
Action?
points. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, she's just standing there scanning around to see what's next then.
Yeah, that was him. Okay, and now it's their turn. So they're going to attack again the people that they're after. Actually, the one is going to attack. I'll do it first. Poor Amir, who's on the ground, is still going to try to attack you. Nope, doesn't do anything. It actually hits you, but because the way the mechanic works, it can't do damage anymore. It can only do a critical, and it didn't get enough for a critical, so, so it doesn't do anything. That's the only way you can die. We'd have to roll a critical now and then roll the thing that says that you died. And then the last one is actually engaged with. Oh, there's 2 more. Sorry, one engaged with almost dead. Engaged with Raza. Ooh. Okay, it rolled 4 6s.
Okay.
So, do you want to try to defend against it?
Yes, definitely. But I'd have to get 4 6s, right?
That's correct.
Well, we know that's not going to happen. It did not happen. So, okay.
Well, no, every 6 you get reduces one of its 6s. So doing it still makes sense because it will reduce damage at the very least. Assuming you get it.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, that's a bummer.
Yes.
Yeah, because it actually did enough to do critical, I think.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay, so basically it's clawing. It does 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And it needs 3 dice to do a critical, and it has 4 dice, so it's going to use those 3 for a critical.
Uh-huh.
So now that means I roll on the critical chart to see what happens.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exciting. I think I need to make myself like a Dungeon Master screen or something, because it's like a lot of flipping. Sorry. So basically, what this critical chart, it's you roll 2d6 to give like the 11 to 66, like that kind of a reading, and then it'll basically tell you what's what.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. So let us see what happens in the criticals. Combat. Let's see. Would you like to roll for your own critical?
Yeah, sure. Why not? What is it?
So roll 2 6s, making 1 the 10s and 1 the so basically like it's like 15 or 12 or like 2 6s.
So 5.
No, don't add it together. Give the 2 numbers.
A 4 and a 1. So,
Okay, so 41.
yeah.
Let's see, critical. Critical injuries. 94. Oh, that was the wrong section. Where I can find it. So, I'm looking at the critical injury table, and 496 it says. Okay, so 41 is, oh god, lacerated kidney.
Oh, God.
Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay. 6.
Okay, you are going to die in 6 days if it doesn't get taken care of.
Okay.
You are stunned for the next 2 turns,
Mhm.
and then you take 1 point of damage. Force dexterity. Then 1 point of damage. Oh, I see. So you're hurt now, which means that if you have to make a test, either a force, dexterity, or melee combat test, you basically like rip the wound essentially, and you take damage.
Oh gosh.
It's going to take if you get healed, it's going to take 3d6 weeks for it to fully heal. So you're gonna from now on until you get healed up, you're going to take damage every time you make those tests. Force. Yeah, so you're basically a lacerated kidney.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Well, there's like a wolf thing on top of you. Cool. That's fun. Not really, but. So yeah, that was their attacks. Now we're around to. Actually, it's your turn.
Okay. Do I need to try to get this wolf off of me?
Yeah, it's not grappled you or anything. You can melee combat it. You could run. If you do try to run though, because I have darkness points, I can make a opportunity attack against you. If you try to fight it, then you're going to have to. You'll end up taking 1 point of damage anyways.
Okay. I think I'll. Might as well try to fight it, even taking that 1 damage. Just
Okay.
Why not? So that's strength. No.
Yeah.
Strength.
Melee, right? So it's strength if you don't have it.
No 6s.
Do you want to pray?
Yeah, sure. So just re-roll them.
You can roll everything that's not a 6.
Okay, great. And 1 6.
Nice. So you do 8 point of damage. Cool. So you whack it, and you also take a point of damage. As your kidney is lacerated. And it literally is on its you thought for a second it was going to die from that, but it didn't. Like it's probably like going to go down the next round if you don't. Okay, so then we're down to our 2s. What would our I'm sorry, Jacob and Hera would like to do?
Okay, so I guess I want to use one of these M doses. I guess I'm supposed to be a healer type, but I didn't really have.
You don't have the medical skill. I didn't change that. Just put a point. You can have 1 point because you don't have metacurgy, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so give yourself 1 point, and that we'll adjust that later because I didn't realize that when I built the characters that you needed to have that. So just so you have put 1 in metacurgy.
Okay.
At some point, you'll have to take 1 away from one of the other skills, which you have to deal with there at the second.
Okay. So now mine says I have blessed M doses. I tried to find a blessed M dose.
+1.
So it's just a +1 M dose. Okay.
That's right. It's the M dose, whatever plus it is for the M dose, and then +1 for this blessed.
Okay. So an M dose is on its own only gives 1 metallurgy. So somebody. Sorry, it says the M dose is used to stabilize. What is? I didn't read metallurgy because I didn't have a skill in it.
Yeah, so basically, what you could use that for is you've got a mirror on the ground who's broken. You can bring her back basically with it. You could also use it to help with the critical wound, so that Marcus' character doesn't die. But he's also in the middle of a fight, so you probably can't do it on. Actually, they're both being attacked right now, so to actually use it is probably going to put yourself in risk because you have to run forward.
Okay, so
Yeah,
okay,
like
so I can't actually
run over and step, but basically things on top of her, like clawing at her, and you're like running over and giving her a shot. If you can imagine that. So I mean, I don't know if that's what you really want to do. I mean, you can if you want. You follow me? Like all you gotta do if you do that is wake her up, and she's being attacked. There's like literally a beast right on top of her.
No, I got you. Okay, so that's a bad idea. So okay, I guess for now I'll just attack the one again that is supposed to be on its last leg for a while now.
Okay, the one that's on Jacob. Look.
Yeah.
No, you keep on the Rodwell, sorry.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep,
Okay.
go for it.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm going to have to pray.
Okay.
1 success, so I guess it does 1 damage.
Perfect. That's all it needed. So basically, this one that's like tearing at you, Rodwell, your priestly friend comes up from behind with her stick and whacks it over the head, and basically it falls dead.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's 2 more. One is eating your friend, eating a mirror, and one is in combat with your pilot, not your pilot, your talk show host there. Jacob. Okay, Jacob, what do you want to do?
Right. So I take it an attack is a full 3 action points?
You had to move to get over there. That's the reason why I took 2. It attacks 2.
Sure. Okay.
The normal attack is 2, which you move. Yes, that makes it's good to say it out loud so people. Yeah, you can move up to 10 meters with a fast action, which is 1 point, and then an attack is 2. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
Yeah. What would you like to do, Jacob?
So I still have 1 on me.
Yeah, you have 1 on you. Yeah.
Okay, you said I could shoot at it with a -2 to disadvantage.
Yep, -3 if you want to shoot at it.
-3. It's agility. So I would only get to roll 2. But that's all I get to roll for strength anyway, so I might as well take it. Because I can potentially do 1 more damage to it. Ooh, I got a 6, so I managed to do 2 damage to it.
Okay, your weapon jams. It doesn't fire.
What?
Yeah, I'm using my darkness points.
Okay. All right.
So you have to spend a turn fixing your weapon if you want to use it.
Well.
I mean, not this turn. This turn is basically you have a fast action yet left. Is all you have left.
Okay.
So you can move or you can defend against. Is all you'll be able to do with a fast action.
I thought I was in melee.
You are.
So I'll get an opportunity attack.
That's correct.
Right. Nah, forget it. I'll just wait till next turn.
Okay. Well, that way you can defend against it too. If it actually, I think you already did defend against it, so you didn't even have any more moves. Okay, so next turn you got to spend 2 to your. It's a slow action actually to fix a jam weapon. So you basically have to spend your whole turn fixing your weapon next if you want to fix it.
Okay.
Okay. See, this is where the darkness points come in. Okay, so I think we're back at the top again.
Yeah, and here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
If you use a darkness point, that'll be fine. Maybe it can show us how it works for me too. But what I'm going to do is I've scanned around and I've looked over and I've seen a mirror on the ground and I see this beast over there just clawing at her and digging into her. She's lifeless and still. And at this point, we'll see Yara pull down part of her scarves and her hood stuff is exposing more of her face as she pulls it down. And her hands are shaking, and she knows that her agoraphobia is starting to get to her as she starts to feel helpless. But she raises her Vulcan carbine up, and she aims at this thing, and she lets out a gasp of air as she's taking an aim shot.
Good.
3 of my action points it is. So that should give me 7, I believe. Is that the way you look at it? I should have 7?
You get +2, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So I had 5. That should give me 7.
Yep.
And out of that, I got 3 6s out of a 7.
Nice. Do you want to pray to get any more? Because if you get 1 more 6, you can do a crit if you want. I mean, you don't have
Shoot you, I will. So I'll try and re-roll these 4. Nope. All 1s and a 5.
Okay. All right, but you got it with how much you get? 2, right?
I had 3 total.
3 total. Okay. So, hold on. You had 3 total.
Yeah, I had 3 total. But first,
you
and I re-rolled the
You
4.
didn't have to reroll that if you didn't want to. I'll take the argument away. I read it wrong. I thought you only had 2. So yeah, you have a crit if you want it. So you have options. You could either 3 points of damage because you shot it. It's not dead yet, but it's pretty close to it. You could either do 2 more points of damage, or you could do a crit, or you could disarm it. But that doesn't have any weapons.
On the crit, what is options?
So it can do a lot of different things. It could instantly kill it. It could do next to nothing. It really depends on what you roll. Like if you saw lacerated
Yeah, like his character was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to try to do a crit or whatever we can do.
So roll 2 6s, 2 6-sided dice, and then read them like the 2 dice.
Right.
So,
That'll be 61.
61. Nice. 61. Destroyed arm. Okay. Yeah. It's actually its arm gets blown off, and it's unconscious.
All right.
It falls on the ground. You aim and you basically shoot it, let's say, like in the shoulder area as it was reaching up to attack her, and it blows the arm clean off, and it falls to the ground. It's not technically dead, but it's basically dead because it's now unconscious. Basically, it's unconscious for D6 hours, but it's going to die in D6 minutes. So unless you were to run over and save it, it's dead.
Okay.
Nice shot.
Yeah, that was good. Thanks.
Jacob, did you get that on the camera?
I'm not. Yes, sure.
Okay, so there's one left, and it was actually the one stacking Jacob. So it gets 1 6. No, 2 6s. So do you want to defend against that?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so that's your fast reaction. So you got to roll again melee attack, or melee combat rather.
Okay. I missed both of them.
Okay, all right. So it does 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Wow, this is vicious. Okay, so it hacks at you. There's only the one of them left. It's going to. Let's see if these things will ever run. So I think they're kind of nuts. No, they don't ever run. They're basically just like they fight to death. Okay, so it does that damage to you, and then we're back around to Radwa. The one on you is dead, but you see your friend on top of the thing getting injured.
Okay, can I shoot it?
100%.
Okay, yeah, try that. Make sure, so range is agility, plus the bonus. Alright, so 4 dice. Here we go. Now, do I take damage for shooting?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
But also, if you want, because you probably noticed Tony did it, if you want to do an aim shot, it'll take all your points, but you get +2.
Okay.
Just because nothing's attacking you right now, so it might make sense to do that as opposed to.
Yeah, so +2 dice.
Yeah, 2 more dice.
Okay. Yep, sounds good. So 6 dice. And only 1 6.
Okay. Do you want to pray?
That gives you bad guy points, right?
Yep. See, at the beginning, everybody's like, yes, until I start using them.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off. Hold off.
Cool. All right. That's 2 points. Perfect. All right. Doesn't quite kill it, but it definitely hurts it. It's really not doing so well right now. And Kara and Jacob, you've got this last beast on you.
I guess I'll just try to punch it in the face.
Cool.
Oh, I got another 6. Yes.
A 6. Nice. Okay, cool. You punch it in the face. Actually, it has armor. I just realized that. Okay. Okay, that's fine. How about Kara?
Okay, so there's I'm gonna go. There's still one up, right?
There's one up. It's basically you can imagine that Yika was kind of by the ship, like kind of standing on it, I guess, on some level, getting the cool angles and such. So this thing's kind of like attacking Yika by the ship. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move to that spot and then attack again with my little stun stick because that's. Cool. Well, wait now. So
you can move up to 10 meters, so you should be able to get there. Yeah.
Right, but the I forgot the character's name, but Crazed Wolf or Crazed Sheep. What's her character's name?
Amira.
Amira.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go and use one of these blessed M doses
okay.
on her.
Perfect. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay, so that would be Metacurgy, which
so
is
give yourself 1 in Metacurgy because you needed to have that. I built the character on. So it's wits plus 1 plus the M dose plus 1 for being blessed.
Okay, so that would be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be a total of 6, right?
Perfect.
Or 7.
That sounds right. I don't know. I don't have your character sheet in front of me, so it's 3 for the Metacurgy plus
7,
the dose.
right? Because
you have. What's your wits?
Wits are 4.
Yeah, 7. Perfect.
7. Okay. Oh wow, pretty good. 3 successes.
Nice. I believe that means that she now is up and has 2 hit points.
Yay! Yeah. Thanks.
So you come. He runs up and shoves this medical dose into you. I'm sorry, and you kind of wake up.
Yeah, I wake up and I look cross-eyed up at you.
You're going to be okay, Mara.
So we're back around to the top to Yara. Sorry.
And there's just still the one that's up then. So
I'm going to fighting your friend Jacob on the.
Yeah, and you're going to see her just spin around as she sees the preacher go and help and bring back a mirror. You're going to see her just spin around with her face still exposed, and she's going to take another aim shot at this last one that's standing. And 2 6s out of
2
that.
6s. Yeah, that actually kills it.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, because it has 4 left, and that if you take 1 for a point, it'll kill it.
That'll work.
Boom. So you again spin around and you shoot this thing. It's not as dramatic as blowing the armor off, but you shoot it dead. Jacob, you're like fighting. You punch this thing in the face, and then for a second you think maybe you killed it because all of a sudden, then all of a sudden your ears register that a shot went off, and you see it drop to the ground with a bullet in it. And yeah, you're out of combat. You're standing there with these things.
With that, I'm going to roll up a joint and sit next to the plane and start to smoke one.
Nice. Okay. So now you've got a critical that is going to kill you. Oh, but not for 1 to 6 days. So you don't have to deal with it right now.
So is there anything I can do to help with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I think if you give him the I believe that you can stop the critical from doing the continuous damage, but I just need to check that. But you can't give him back hit points or anything. So if it doesn't do that, then it doesn't really do anything. So just give me 1 second to look at it.
It says the M-dose is a one-use injector stabilizing wounds or treating poison, disease, or radiation damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think. Well, stabilizing wounds, it might stop that because remember he's taking 1 point of damage. Tell me.
Well, it says an M-dose should be using a med kit, but I don't even know that I have a med kit.
Yeah, I don't worry about that. It's weird how they do this because they give you M-doses to start, but not a med kit. So
I guess I don't have a med kit. I'm going to need to get one next time.
Yeah, you can. It's expensive. You're supposed to have it. It gives you additional. Okay, so critical injuries. If you suffer, broken. If you are broken and have critical. Nope. Each critical injuries. Okay. So you can stabilize a fatal injury because it's fatal. So basically, because you have a fatal injury, you can do it. And if you make the test, then yeah, so you can do it so it'll stop the idea that he's going to die in 6 days.
Okay, so I also have the ability.
But I will say this: there's at the ship you have a med lab which is +3, so you might want to wait because you can only do it once. So if you fail, you're basically going to be screwed. Although you can do it to yourself as well, Marcus, because you also have.
So you're saying instead of trying to
Yeah, like
heal him here in the field. I should wait till we get back to the med center.
That's right, because you only get one chance, and when you go to the med center in your ship, you'll have an additional +3. And since he's not going to die,
and
for
I can also
days,
Okay, and I could also use my blessing there as well, right? So I could give myself a blessing to
that's correct.
also increase my ability to
100%.
try to heal him. Okay. All right, so that'd be a lot better because I'll get like 10 dice out of it if I do it, or 11 dice.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably worth it to do that. So I would hold on.
Okay.
Just make sure you're ready to do it.
Yeah, I'm cool with holding off, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
But
And
I'll just go
also,
over-
then
not
once you do that, once it's stabilized, then I'll roll later. You can also do it again to see if you can get to reduce the healing time. Because until it heals,
Okay.
Marcus, you'll always take that extra damage every time you make those tests.
Okay, sounds
It's
good.
basically a force, dexterity, or melee combat.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. So I'm not going to use an actual blessing, but here I'll go over and, sort of bless him and try to comfort him and tell him we'll take care of it as soon as we get back onto the ship.
Yeah, Rodwood would, of course, nod with a grave look on his face and say thank you very much. Not feeling too good, but I think I'll be able to hold out a little longer.
Cool. Okay, so you're kind of in the middle of the field, and you looking at the ship, and you see these dead. Did anybody roll? Well, actually, now that Amira's back up, it all happened so quickly. You know that because you made that culture check, that sometimes the Legion, again, the people that the ship came from, use these as like fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically, like they drop them on planets to like wipe people out because they're super vicious.
Okay, this I'm sharing, definitely.
Okay, so we have an experimental Legion fighter aircraft, and now we have things they use as minions.
That's right.
I'm gonna get so many views for this.
Hey, Daniel, is there any way we can take a quick break
Yes.
here in a minute?
Yes, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay,
I know.
thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's take
sweet.
5 minutes. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
boy. Well, you guys there?
Yes.
Okay, I had a little crash action. I thought I was going to lose it again like I did the other time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Yeah, I realized
I'm
now
back.
how to do it. You hit resume as opposed to hitting it again. That's how you don't lose it. So now I know for future reference. Anyways, I was trying to show you the picture of the monster, but it crashed. So I think if I screen share it too much, it just decides, no, I'm not going to happen. So, yeah. Sorry. But basically, it's a scary monster. Anyways, yeah, you're kind of, by this point now, you're kind of wiping the sweat off your brows and then cleaning up after your wounds. And you're standing in this kind of marsh next to this fallen spaceship. What do you want to do?
Yara would look back
So
towards
are
the
we-
mirror after she's back up and going, and not speak to her, but just look at her in that tone of maybe for some guidance on what she wants.
Do I get any like negative penalties for like being high or whatever?
Indeed, you do. What, on the rash, right? I think you're -1 on all checks.
Okay, great.
It lasts for like 2 hours.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna like stand up and I'm finishing off my my smoke, and I'm gonna be like, so dudes, we still taking the ship or what?
What do you guys want to do? Everybody's back, right? Maybe not.
Maybe everyone abandoned us.
I think so. Just me and
Sorry,
you.
my headphones are fucking up. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, okay, now I can. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having some fucking mic issues or something.
Yeah, today's the day for computer crashes.
Yeah. Just got this webcam, but anyway.
Oh, yeah. Now, Amira's back. How about Hera?
Yeah, I'm here because I was talking to a mirror, but she was still gone. So
Huh? What happened?
Yo, Yara. how about Hera? Bill? I see a smiling picture. I don't know if he's here, though. He's not responding. Okay, so he might not be back yet. Well, wait a second. Yeah, so would you consider maybe start to formulate what you would want to do? Like I said, you could probably, if you took it apart, which would take a little bit of work, but you definitely could do it. But you could take like the most valuable parts of the ship and put it into your storage. It would definitely worth something. And you don't really know what it is because it's a lot of technology that you haven't necessarily seen before. Could be valuable to the Legion or to somebody.
I think if it's valuable, we should take it.
Yeah.
I'm back.
No, I'm back. Yeah, in order to take it, what you would need to do is obviously go back and get your ship, and then
Right.
fly the ship here, and basically, I mean, it would take a while to do. You would without you have probably basic tools for fixing your ship, but you don't have like a massive construction tools or anything like that. So you would need to maybe come back here and spend hours taking it apart. You certainly could do that.
I think it would be worth it. I think we could use the extra cash, but of course, it's up to the group consensus. I could negotiate with everyone or agitate them to take it.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. But,
Well, just as a question, since this is an experimental aircraft, something that they probably would. I'm just thinking in terms of experimental aircraft and the real world, they're pretty valuable and usually secret. So I don't know if we'd be able to sell it as easily. I wonder if we would get more mileage out of scavenging or salvaging the electronics and such from inside, and the weapons, perhaps.
Yeah, you could. I guess there's a chance that if somebody has culture, they could roll that to see what you think. Like, what maybe a situation in the past would be.
I do.
Yeah,
I have culture.
We'll try to get you some information based on like things that have happened in the past.
Yeah, I got it as well. So that's wits. So it's no, it's empathy. Sorry. So that's
1 success.
6 dice and no successes.
5 dice and 1 success.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you guys that had success are thinking that what Hera's saying is not a bad. She's probably on track there. Not just that the ship itself, it might be hard to sell because the Legion, of course, might want it back. You might be able to sell it to them, but the Legion probably wouldn't be super happy about people selling their experimental aircraft. That being said, if you scrap it out, you probably could sell it without, knowing, without people necessarily knowing. It would be worth more as a whole, but it might be more risky. And the other thing you could do too, maybe, although you're going to have to, depends on how good your pilot is, you could also try to just pull it out as a whole piece and like basically tow it and not take it apart. You could try to do that. I mean, you are capable of doing that with your ship. It'll just be more risky to fly when you're dangling about another ship over you.
Preacher has a good point. Everyone, I was with my uncle this time, and we tried to take some stuff from the Legion. I'm not going to get too much into that story, but they weren't too happy about it. But, we could just take the electronics and stuff, sell those, and everyone's happy, except for the Legion, which is fine by me.
I don't know if this was asked earlier. How long does it look like the craft has been crashed here?
The doctor at the campsite, the architect told you that they saw it go down 3 weeks ago.
Okay, sorry, I missed that.
I mean, you can't really tell how long it's been there, but you're going by what she said.
Attempt to power this thing up and see if we can get any last messages or anything of what happened here.
Sure.
Okay, how would we?
You have a tablet or some kind of computer?
I have my my communicator and
I have a tablet.
You do? Okay. You can use that.
It's called a tabula. Is that the same thing?
Tabula, yeah. That's like a computer tablet.
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, you could use that, and you could try to do it with Datagen. Somebody has Datagen. I'm pretty sure.
We haven't tried to actually even see if this thing still works. How about someone tries to, turn it on or whatever?
Mm-hmm. I think you're probably the most likely person to have Datagen.
I am?
Yeah, don't you have Datagen? Isn't that what you are? You're an analyst.
Yeah. Well, I can look it over real quick, but I'll get a -1 because I'm high.
I don't think anybody else has datagen besides you. Does anybody else have datagen?
No, I don't.
I do. I have good datagen. Oh, wow. So I get wits plus that -1.
Yep.
I have it as
Cool.
well.
I get to
Sorry,
roll.
Second draw sweat.
You have it as well?
Yeah, so
So you can, if you help, you can add 1.
okay, yeah,
Add 1 die.
definitely.
Okay, can I? What's your datagen?
2.
Are we allowed to like ask each other that? Is that metagaming?
Well, that's fine. What the person who's the best at it can do it.
Okay. I have 4, and that uses wits, and I have 4 wits, so I get a total of 8.
Oh yeah, that's better than mine by 3. So
Yeah, so then add 1.
I get that plus 1 as well.
Yep. And then minus 3
using-
total.
Am I able to assist with?
So 9 minus 3, so do 6.
9 minus 3?
Yeah, it's minus 3 because it's experimental technology.
Okay. I have 3d6 here, so I'll just roll them twice. Oh, I got 1 6 right there. And that's first step. And 1 6.
Cool.
Oh.
So yeah, you're able to kind of log into it a little bit, and you can't get too much information right now. You feel like if you hooked it up to like a bigger computer, you're probably gonna get more from it. But you can see that that the ship went down. It seemed to have some kind of a navigation issue, and kind of like the pilot lost control and crashed.
Oh, yeah, I got it, guys. Yeah, like they had navigation control issues, like that made them lose control. That's why they crashed here. Other than their guidance, like everything else should be good, right?
Yeah, as far as you can tell. I mean, it doesn't have like a seat or a cockpit to like cover, so you couldn't probably fly it. Definitely not in space, anyways. But
yeah, I'm like my character's talking to the team, like, yeah, guys, like everything else should be good though. Like we can't do anything with the wreck nav, but yeah, like all these other things are all good. You know, like we can like rip this thing apart and sell whatever. It has some good parts in here too.
Hey, Daniel, when I
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it was just. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask Daniel. I think you covered this earlier, but just to make sure I understood it right, you said story-wise, it would be better if we did make scrap of it. That it would be less conspicuous to try to sell it that way than it would to take it back whole. Is that right?
yeah, well, you think based on your culture role that if you were to just like take an experimental plane that's obviously from the Legion and just sell it, that could go bad for you if people found out you did it, because obviously it's like stealing from the Legion, who is this kind of mercenary group. If you were to break it into pieces, the chances that they could track it back to you would probably be less. Or the other option would be to try to sell it back to them, like basically for them. Those are kind of the three ways you can get rid of it.
Yeah, Yara at this point, after of hearing what Jacob or whatever her name is he would just say, or she would say, scraps. It's best in scraps, isn't it?
I'm not sure if you were talking to me. Everything was breaking up.
Well, she's just making that comment to the whole party about her very limited opinion is just to be best in scraps.
Yeah,
I got it. So I have a question. Can we tell, or can the data agents tell that through their data why is this experimental? Because there's numerous reasons an aircraft could be experimental. It could be radar systems. It could be flight control systems. It could be the shape of the aircraft, merely making it, having a lower radar profile. It could have any number of reasons. It could be experimental propulsion systems. Lots of reasons for a ship to be experimental. What do we know why it's experimental?
Yeah, not really. The reason why that you think that it's experimental is twofold. One is that you've never seen any ship like this before. It's very, very different looking, and it doesn't have any kind of like standard markings that ships would have to have if they're registered. And two is that it's not uncommon for there to be experimental like flights and stuff in this area because it's so remote that nobody really sees it. So you're kind of in you only know that it's experimental in the sense that the architectural people told you that it was. If you know what I'm saying, like you don't really have any other. They said that it was experimental. You don't know why. You didn't really ask why. You just so yeah, you don't know. Is the short answer to that. But yeah, what you're saying is true. It doesn't. There's no obvious reason why, except for that it's very strange looking to you. Like it's a very different looking ship.
Okay, because we could figure that out, and we knew who the various players were in the overall game, we could sell the experimental portion of this aircraft to, the other side of the Legion for a lot more money, probably, than just on the market somewhere. If we could figure out why it was experimental, but if we don't know, we don't know.
Yeah, the only way that you would know that is using much more heavy. You're just using a tablet standing out in the field, so like you're not going to be able to get that much information out here. You'd have to like
sure.
Put it up to more powerful computers and stuff to get that kind of information.
Sure, I understand. It's more of a comment to the party that if we knew why, what makes this craft so valuable or special. I don't know the factions very well, and I apologize for that, but whatever faction fights the Legion might be highly interested in it for that reason. In which case, if we did know that, if not why, but if we did know the other faction, taking the aircraft whole would be more valuable. Although I guess I'm playing devil's advocate, but it'd be more valuable that way as a whole aircraft to whoever their enemy is and whoever's going to pay the most. But if we're just going to scrap it and try to keep it real conspicuous, then we'd want to salvage parts, I assume. I'm just throwing out comments. Sorry.
Could we just reassemble it? Back to full glory and then sell it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you could.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what the capabilities of people in the party, but you certainly could find somebody that could do it. Sure. Oh. It doesn't look that damaged. It looks like that it's crashed, but it doesn't look like it's like it's not been here for years, and it's not like rotted, and didn't catch on fire. It looks like the front of it is damaged because it hit the marsh, although the marsh is pretty soft, relatively speaking, and it is missing the little like hood and the seat.
So, I think it comes down to two things. We either want big money. Quick money would be less dangerous, and we'd salvage it. Big money would be we'd try to take it whole and maybe sell it to a competitor to the Legion.
Yeah, it depends on how deep you want to get into it, I suppose.
I'll just throw it out there for party to decide, I guess.
Story-wise, the only thing of Yara that keeps saying scraps, story-wise, would be the only reason she says that is because of her fugitive background, because she knows if she gets caught with any of this, that it's not going to be good for her. That's the only reason she's trying to protect herself.
I'd be down for scrapping it. I think it seems to be, I don't know, a pretty safe bet. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So you guys want to just like, but you definitely want to recover it on some level. So you want to go back and get the ship, or are you going to keep exploring?
I mean, my kidney is ruptured. I'd prefer to go back to the ship, but I could push on. I think I have about up to 6 days or so to live.
You still got one left, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. So that should be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just when you move certain ways, it hurts.
Drop some dirt on it. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yes.
Yeah, Yeah, you're basically just like, when you move certain ways or stressed and you get hurt. Like, it's painful. You're not like bleeding out or anything. Well, not externally.
Yeah, it just sucks whenever I walk.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you go across the water, again, you're gonna have to make a check, which means you're gonna take damage. Just looking. So yeah. So basically, if you want to head back to get your ship, you could do that. We could basically go back the exact same way you came, or you could continue. I mean, I don't know where you continue to. You're coming for this, right? So you got what you came for. Unless you want to continue like exploring the marsh or back where those lemurs were, or the dead trees. Otherwise, you go back to where you started.
I have a feeling we should maybe first secure the ship and then maybe come back. I have a feeling that we that exactly now someone is coming for the ship and will want it back. So maybe
how can you be so sure?
Because it's fate, Rodvar.
Yes,
No luck
fate.
comes without price.
Fate has been quite
a fucker.
yes, to put it lightly. I agree with you.
Okay. So you're gonna head back? Cool.
My suggestion.
All right. Is that what everybody's doing?
Yeah, I think we should go. We should bring the ship to here. If we're going to salvage this thing, we should bring our ship here and land it, salvage it, load it, and then get off planet.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
That sounds reasonable. All right, so you guys head back the way you came, and since you've already traversed that area, it's a little bit faster because you're kind of know where you're going. You do encounter that kind of strange grove with the dead vegetation. You just kind of go around it, and you come to the river, and you will have to cross again. So if everybody wants to do that, do you want to use your rope, Rod?
Yeah, this time I'll offer. I'll say, it seems that I do have hyper rope on me. I must have slipped my mind.
I stare at you.
If you want to use the rope, you could basically tie it to this side and then send somebody over the other side. And so one person will have to go without it, and then everybody else can use the rope as a +1 after that. Since
Amira is staring at me, I will I will tie the rope off and hand her the other end.
Wow. Yeah, and Amira goes flying with the river because she didn't roll a 6. No. Fantastic. Yeah, I guess.
Don't let go of the rope this time.
Oh no.
You don't want to fray.
Oh no. Okay.
Fail.
Still no 6.
Oh, okay.
What now?
Okay, so luckily you're holding onto a rope. So
yeah,
you fall into the river. It's like kind of rushing you away, and you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Oh, good. Still one left.
Sorry again.
So now make a strength force to hold onto the rope.
Oh God, Daniel. Okay, 1 success.
Okay, so you're holding onto the rope, but you're not really able to stabilize yourself yet. But when everybody else sees you fall, what are you guys doing?
Told you, fuck fate.
I'm immediately tugging on the rope, trying to get her back in.
Okay, so you're gonna pull the rope towards you. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so make a strength force.
Okay, this is gonna hurt my ruptured
yeah, you take a point now.
kidney. But the things that I do for the party, right? So it's 6 dice. All right. And 1 flew behind my TV monitor, whatever. So I have 2 6s on the table. Let me find that other one really quick.
Okay.
It's probably like a 1. It's a 2. So okay, so 2 6.
Yeah, 2 is totally good. All right, so you're able to pull her close to the shore, and she kind of recovers, completely soaking wet. Yeah, you're on the side. So.
Well, Amira, that did not happen how I planned for it to happen.
Oh yes.
I hope that you can forgive my lack of foresight.
Oh, you know what? While you're in the river, Amira,
No.
you lost. What do you have on you? Let me see.
Nothing. Nothing worthwhile. Don't look.
You have that gun.
Oh.
You lost your gun in the river.
You're so evil.
I know. Well, you didn't tell me what you had, so that's one I can remember. So keep that information that you have. Yes, you fall in. Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you fall in. So you guys are still on the side of the river. What do you guys want to do? A river is always the thing that stops the PCs. You can have all the monsters in the world, but you put a river in front of them.
I think we should try crossing it again. Oh, go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
I was just going to say, when they had started their idea with the rope, and when Amira would have went into the water, you would have seen Yara just almost just ignore what was going on, as she rolled her 6 6s and had 6 dice and had 2 6s to cross the river. So she's on the other side now.
Okay. So you're on the other side.
And she's adjusting her deal, and she's just looking at him like, what's taking you so long?
So are we crossing a river?
You gotta try.
We need to.
So you cross over there. Actually, you know what you see over there too, Yara? There's
4 of those wolves.
No, you see on the ground, kind of in the water, you see what looks like it's like sparkling. Like there's coins. They're kind of a coppery red color, but they're pretty big. They're the size of like a silver dollar, basically. There's about a dozen of them just in the water.
Yeah, since she's by herself, she's definitely going to reach down and pick them up.
Cool. You scoop them up. And
I rolled a 6 on
make it across.
What is it to try and get?
Yeah, I rolled 1 6 on crossing.
Okay, you make it across with a 6. Yeah.
Oh man, I still don't.
Dexterity, agility, Crystal.
Yeah.
I got a 6, but I also lose a hit point, so I'm down to 1.
Okay.
I rolled no 6, then I prayed, and I rolled no 6 again. What now?
Okay, you hold on. Hold on to the rope. Strength.
Oh, again? Oh, nice. No.
Okay, so you let go of the rope.
No, I don't, Daniel.
So you're getting banged along, and you said you take a point of damage.
Okay. I'm again. What am I? Destroyed?
Broken?
No.
You're drowning.
Broken. Yeah,
You're
I'm
broken?
again.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez. You're broken.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there's a lot of stuff happening right now. So you guys see your friend fall in the water, and you see that she's like, seems just crying out in agony, unable to really save herself. And she's kind of rushing down the river. And Yara. Oh, nothing happens.
Huh.
Oh no, actually, it's a plus 1 deep. Oh, actually, you know what? Okay, go ahead and roll a wits. It's a contested roll.
Just straight wits with nothing else?
Yep, just wits.
Okay. No 6s.
Okay. So what's everybody else doing?
Who's rolling wits?
No, just Yara, 'cause she bent down to pick up these coins and she saw something, which has captivated her. What's everybody? But Amira right now has She's not unconscious, but she's basically seems helpless being washed away down the river.
I try to rope her in.
She let go of the rope. You make a lasso? I think she's going too fast for that. You know what? Yes, why not? Go for it.
It might kill me, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, make a ranged attack. It is actually going to kill you. It'll be epic.
Yes. So agility. So 3.
Well, let me bless. I'm going to bless you first.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my. I'll use the blessing talent. So basically, you get a +1.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
All right. You'll get 1 darkness point, but you'll get one. You get +1 action.
Okay.
Does that mean you to try it twice, or what does that mean? No, a +1 2 in action. I'm sorry.
2 in action, yeah.
So you get to add another die.
Okay. Great. So 4 dice. There we go. No 6s.
Would you like to pray to the icons?
Yeah, I'll let out a prayer as my kidney completely ruptures, and I feel my stomach filling with blood and things. Yeah. Okay, this time a 6.
Okay, so you lasso her, but you're going to have to make a strength force to hold on to her, which is going to cost you hit points. You're probably good.
I'm at 0 hit points after that.
Yeah, I know you are.
So strength force check.
I'll take the.
This is why it's epic.
Can I
So
take the rope?
You can after he falls over.
All right. So 3 6s.
Nice, you hold it. You're basically you somehow like I don't know, like attach it to your belt or something, and then you fall into the water, kind of unable to really do much. But for some reason, she's not like floating away.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got one friend like going down the river like this, and the other one is like sitting in the water, kind of crying out in pain because of his ruptured kidney. And you actually, Yara, you wander off into the forest. So
Okay.
I guess but you guys are so occupied. I get. You know what, Jacob? Go ahead and make an observation to see if you see Yara walk away.
And I get a -1 to that because.
You're high.
Am I? Okay.
This is a hard game to get people.
Hold on. Let's see. I don't think I have observation if I remember correctly.
So it's just wits.
Observation. No, I don't. Okay, so it's just wits -1.
Okay.
I'll count that as 1. Nope, I don't notice anything.
Okay.
I'm too busy thinking about all the views I'm gonna get on my awesome video today.
So, Yara, you know that like you shouldn't be wandering away from the party, but something is drawing you into the woods.
Okay.
And you're basically just wandering. At this point.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a you see little flashes of like color, and you're like, oh, and you follow it.
Okay.
Yes, so you're moving into the forest. So what's Hera doing? Are you trying to pull them back? Bill?
I'm sorry, everything's breaking up a lot for me. So, yeah, I want to try to get. Is Amira? Everything was breaking up so badly. I apologize.
Yeah,
Did
so
Amira get saved or not?
I'll give you the breakdown here. Currently, Amira is broken. So broken means that she's like screaming out in pain and can't really do anything. Effectively, it means she can't make anything.
Right.
She can't do anything that needs a roll. So basically, she can't get herself out of the water. She was lassoed though by Radwa successfully, who actually held her, but also is broken now, so also can't do anything because she can't leave the water. So right now they're both in the water, holding on to each other with the rope. And neither one can really get out of the water. It's kind of like this, like he's holding her so she doesn't float away, but he can't. He doesn't have enough strength to get out of the water himself.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna use my force, I guess, to try and rescue them, get them out of the water.
Okay.
So I have to do it like one person at a time.
Now I'll say, yeah. You won't really, if you can rescue, Amira, then you can Rodway. You should be able to pull out the water. So you got to roll for a mirror.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, you don't roll. Yes, roll.
Okay.
Oh,
so I'll
okay.
roll that.
You can't do anything. You're broken.
Don't remind me.
Did they try to get my attention or anything?
No, well, I mean, you can see this going on. You just don't see Yara walking away.
Okay.
Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to pray. Good Lord.
So many darkness points.
And still not a success. How can I roll that many dice and not roll a single 6?
All right, so I mean, reasonably, you'd be able to pull her out eventually. So I'm just going to say it's going to take like 3 turns, let's say, and you eventually get them out. However, by that point, you kind of look around and you don't see your pilot. She's wandered off into the woods, but you don't know that.
Did Yara take off without us? That's like so not cool, man.
Yeah, it's active as long as it's nearby. So actually, you don't. So yes, you know you shouldn't be walking away, but you are.
Shiny, shiny.
Okay, so basically you're you're wandering away. So if you guys want to try to figure out where she went, you'll have to roll an observation to try to track her. Oh, and also you got 2 broken people who can't do anything. So before you do anything, you're going to have to roll medical on the 2 broken people.
I rolled an observation. Three of them. And I got 1 6.
Perfect. So you saw where Yara went, but you might want to fix your 2 friends first, Era.
Okay.
I mean, you can go if you want.
I don't think I have any. I don't think I
But
have
not
any.
you, Hera.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the internet's so bad. So, is it first?
Yeah, you have 2 broken people, so you got to roll Metacurgy to take them out.
I have to do that before I can't get them to the ship first to use the medical.
No,
bay?
you have them to the shore. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Oh my God, I can't hear shit.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do it in the water, I guess. Why not? So type it.
I'm so sorry. My connection's so bad. I just hear.
I'm writing it in the. Okay, so he's just going to basically med check them to get them out of the water. Because if he wakes them up, then they'll be able to walk by themselves.
Even the typing's not going through. Can you hear me?
Totally fine.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Why don't you log out, Bill, and then log back on, and I'll take care of the other thing while it's happening. Okay, so let's just jump over to Jacob. Jacob, so you see where Yara went. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll say to the group like, "Oh, yo, guys, look, there's some tracks over here. Like, it looked like Yara just like walked away."
Yeah. Well, the group is currently all submerged in the water, trying to be pulled out. You
Now,
also help with that.
I know I'm off in the woods, but I was just curious. Crystal, did you already swim across to my side or not?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah, it gets across. So basically what you're seeing right now, let's just rewind here because it's a little confusing. Hera is standing in the water, probably waist deep, holding onto a rope that is also attached to Rodwa, and then probably like 10 meters down the river is Amira kind of bobbing up and down attached to this rope.
Well,
So-
I figure everyone's gonna make it across eventually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like draw a arrow in the mud, and like to where I went, and hope they can like pick up the track as well. After Yara, I guess, because I can tell by the track she just walked off into the woods, which would be weird.
Yeah, if you got a good observation, you can follow her pretty quickly.
So I guess I'll, and I guess, did I fix my gun? Did I fix my gun earlier? Like, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll,
we can
like,
say you fixed it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take out my gun, and after I draw that arrow with my hand, arrow, like follow these tracks to see why Yara, because she should have told us something.
Okay. So actually, Yara's moving around forward at kind of like a normal pace. Like you're just kind of wandering out there, kind of in a daze. So with Jacob moving quickly to try to catch you, after probably like 2 or 3 minutes, you're able to catch her, and essentially, oh, here we go. Go ahead and make a wits check.
I do.
Am I still high at this point?
Yes.
And I'm the one that needs to make the wits check? Okay, I completely failed it.
Okay, do you want to pray?
Against my better judgment? Yes.
Okay.
And I still failed it.
Oh, okay. For some reason, you are also compelled to start walking behind Yara, and you guys are wandering now into the deep jungle.
So I know that she's behind me, though. I
Yeah.
do know it.
Yeah, and you guys are both kind of like, we probably shouldn't be doing this, but you know what? Let's just wander into the jungle aimlessly.
Okay.
All right, so let's assume that over on the backside, eventually Hera pulled everybody out of the water and healed them up to at least, I'll just randomly roll. Let's say that you guys each have 2 hit points, both Radwa and Amira, and you're kind of back up. And yeah, you're on the shore and you don't see your other friends, though. You do see an arrow on the ground.
Giant arrow, sir.
Yeah, there's a giant arrow.
I'll look at Amira and just kind of. Last thing I remembered was basically dying. So.
You're not alone, Radwa.
Well, I was trying to save you there. You should be more thankful. My kidney burst for you, Amira.
You did.
I will never let you forget this. But where is everyone else?
Do we see tracks?
You do. You see tracks.
Yeah, let's follow those.
Okay.
I point at them.
All right. So, Bill, everybody's out of the water. Everybody's out of the water, and you're following tracks. Both
Okay.
Yara and Jacob are gone, and you're following their tracks. So it takes you probably something like 10 minutes, and eventually you do actually see them. Actually, roll an observation. Everybody roll observation. Everybody who's not charmed. So basically, Amira, Radwa, and Aaron.
1-6.
1-6.
Wits. Where are my wits? No 6.
Okay, well, those 2 saw it, so I'll say that I'm assuming they're going to stop you. We'll see. So you guys basically see them, like a pretty decent distance, like they're pretty far out. Like you just happen to be in an area of the jungle that's not so thick, so you kind of, instead of like stumbling upon them, you basically can see them probably like 20 meters in front of you, and you can really it's pretty obvious that there's something going on because they're just kind of walking with like their arms to their side, just kind of like slowly walking through the jungle. They're not even like moving branches out of the way. They're like branches that hit them in the face and stuff. They're just like walking forward. So what do you want to do?
How far away are they from us?
About 20 meters.
I guess go up and try to wake them up.
Okay, so you're gonna move forward. How about the rest of you?
I think I didn't get that now. Well, I was going with Rodwar, right?
Yeah, both. Okay, so right now we've got Rodwa, Amira, and Hera.
Oh, she as well. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just put her with you
that.
because she wasn't there, so I don't
Okay,
think you
yeah. Yeah.
You come back into the chat and you're like, oh, where'd they go?
Yeah. I'm walking slowly, or no, I actually stay a bit back because I don't want to tear my own liver.
Roll. Who has culture?
Was that me?
I do.
I do too.
Roll culture.
Okay. Eight dice and no 6.
I have 1-6.
Okay, so you see them and you start to move forward. 1-6 as well, and you seem to remember stories of Jana, which is like a forest or mostly around rivers spirit, mostly children's stories, and how they sometimes take their victims by kind of clouding their mind and making them because they actually gain power through death, but they can't actually kill anything themselves. So they basically make people wander off into the jungle.
Okay, then so I'll hurry up to them and try to wake them up.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
I'm staying back. I have a bad feeling.
How about Rodwell?
I guess I would stay back with Amira as well. I'm sure my kidney's still kind of.
Yeah, your kidney is beat. Okay, so so Hera, make a wits roll.
I'm gonna pray. And 1 success.
Okay, so so I guess do it again. Only one more because we both got 1 success. So I think that means that we just have to go opposed. So with no chance of praying, just roll again.
I got 2 successes.
Aha, good. All right, no successes. So you feel your mind start to cloud a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're like resistant. You're like, oh no, because you kind of knew what you were walking into, and you're able to grab them. They don't seem to want to stop them. You might have to manhandle them if you want to get them to stop because they're just walking forward.
Yeah, I'll manhandle them, shake them, slap them.
Oh, actually, you made the culture roll, right?
I did.
You know that a blessed talisman. I don't know if you have a blessed talisman.
I do.
Can actually remove this. So if you have a blessed talisman, you can actually show it to them, and it will make the charm stop.
When it says I have a talisman, is that a blessed one or just?
Well, you can bless it. Oh, you can only bless once a day, right? You used it.
Yeah, I used it trying to help. Yeah. So okay. So I just have a talisman.
Yeah. So it does not work.
Okay. So then
I'll have to manhandle them.
Okay. I'll slap them, shake them, and I'll take our videographer's helmet or eye patch off of him.
Okay.
That ought to wake him up.
All right. So go ahead and roll manipulation. Yeah, let's do that.
Manipulation. Okay. Let's see.
See if you can get them to.
So just empathy. Okay. Won't be a great roll. Let's see. Nope, no successes. And I think we've done enough praying today with all the darkness points you have. I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you don't snap out, they just keep walking.
Okay, I'll pray. I guess I have no choice. 2 successes.
Oh, perfect. 1 each. All right, so you're able to slap them out, and you guys come to. You don't even like. You knew the whole time like that you shouldn't have been doing what you were doing, but you couldn't help yourselves. So once he or she finally kind of slaps you and, hey, what are you doing, or whatever, you finally kind of, your head clears, and you're not really even 100% sure why you were compelled to walk into the jungle, but you know that you were, and now you seem fine.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, like that really helped. Can I have my camera back now?
And also, you're no longer high.
Oh, cool.
It totally killed your high.
Yeah, help me get a Mira and a Rocknar, or whatever his name is, back to the ship, and then I'll give you your camera back, and you can film as we do surgery.
Oh, that sounds awesome. But something might happen along the way. You know what I mean? Like I gotta keep my minions updated on everything.
Okay, well, here, whatever. Put it back on then, I guess. Pay attention to what we're doing. We have more important things here than your Coriolis channel tube, whatever.
Okay. All right. Yes, you're able to get them back. To the ship, no problem. You were pretty close once you were. You had to. It took a little while because you had to walk back the way you came because you kind of was wandering off randomly into the jungle. But you definitely are able to get back to the ship and you can. Well, actually, you can't do a medical check on them. But if you just kind of you get back 1 hit point an hour. So basically, if you guys just sit on the ship, you're not going to have too much trouble bringing back your hit points. The only thing is, you need to fly your ship over to the location if you want to try to. Is that what you decided to do? You're going to scrap it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I think we agreed.
Cool. Yeah, you're able to do that. You actually fly over, and the marsh is a little bit funky, so I'm going to probably ask for a pilot roll to land the ship.
Okay.
Yep. This could be the one.
Oh no.
Tony!
1-6.
On 6 is all you need. You're able to find a spot, and you land relatively nearby, and you take out your tools and you get to work, and you start to disassemble this thing. You've got some you have a loading arm and stuff, so you're able to lift some of the heavy stuff with it, and you guys can basically who has either technology or science.
Hera has science.
Okay.
I have neither.
I have really good science.
Okay. Who has the better one?
I have
have
a 4
7
science
total.
and I have 4 wits as well.
Oh, so she's a little better than me, but I can assist.
Yeah, you can assist and add 1. So go ahead and roll the science to see if you're able to disassemble this thing in a way that can be reassembled without,
So I get 9.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to have to roll these 3 at a time because I only have 3d6 on me. Okay, I got 1 success. Still 1 success. 2 successes out of 9.
Good. All right. Yeah, so if you want, you can pray. Because if you get 4 successes, you won't have to roll when you put it back together. But otherwise, you're fine. You took it apart.
Sure, I'll go ahead and pray.
You can roll
I'll just give you all the darkness in the world.
Well, you can roll the 7 that failed, and if you get 2 more, then you won't have to roll to put it back together.
Okay. All right. So I get to roll the 7 that failed.
Yep.
Okay. That's 1 more success
Nice.
and 1 more success right now. I get what?
Perfect.
1 more.
Yep. Well, you got it. That's all you needed.
I mean,
That's 4 total.
I didn't get 1 on that last roll.
Oh, you didn't.
I still only had 1, so I need.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah.
This has to be a 6. Bro. So whatever gods you worship. Nope, I failed.
Okay, so you take it apart, and you're pretty sure that like you'll be able to get it back together, but it's not 100%. You're gonna have to definitely work on it to get it back together in a way that's functional. If that's what you want to do, you can also just sell the parts. So yeah, you load it up onto your ship, and yeah, you want to head back to Coriolis. Is that the plan?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, secure our.
Yeah, we don't care about putting it back together.
Secure
We're
my
gonna sell
kidney.
parts.
Yeah, you just can sell the parts, right? Nice.
Also,
Okay.
I get you darkness for nothing.
Yeah, so if you want to roll medicine with the using the med lab for the critical, you can do that.
Okay.
You can use everything that you got. So you can do you can use your med dose. Use the point if you want to use it. You can use the point from that plus 3 for the med lab, plus whatever you got.
Okay. Let's see. So that's 1 and 2. That's 6 and 3 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I've got 9 dice here. So I'm working on the broken kidney, right?
That's right. The first roll is to see whether or not you can actually stop it so he doesn't die.
Okay.
Yes.
3 successes.
Wow. Okay. Nice. Okay, so you are not going to die, Radwa. So now you can do it again if you want, and it will reduce the amount of time that it'll take to heal if you succeed.
Sure. Okay.
Because right now it's going to take 17 weeks.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Too bad I wasn't rolling a character.
Well, for fuck's sake. So I rolled 9 dice and not a single 6.
Okay, you can pray if you want, but
I guess I better. I mean, good lord, but
17 weeks is a long time.
I mean, do you have all the darkness in the universe now, or?
No, I've actually used a bunch of it.
Oh, okay.
I have 4 now.
And praying did absolutely nothing.
Okay, so it's going to take you 17 weeks to fully heal. Rodwell.
Me? Yeah, nice. 17 weeks.
Sorry.
Yeah, so in 17 weeks, so you will no longer take that 1 point of damage every time you try to test those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're able to.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so but you're not going to die at least.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
So. Damn.
Yeah, I think. I'm trying to look. I'm not going to use the last 4 before on you because I'm being nice. I'll save them for next time. But yeah, you're able to bring it back, and I guess you can use. Are you just going to sell the scraps?
I think so.
That's the plan, right?
Yeah.
Well, I have a suggestion.
Nope.
Just a suggestion. If we can get to if we have the ability, if we have the facilities, I guess, to try and figure out what made this experimental, it might be more valuable. So maybe if we can figure that out, now that we might have access to bigger computers and that sort of thing, if we know what made it experimental, we might be able to leverage that for even more beer.
Mm.
Otherwise, we're just selling, random aircraft parts that we don't know what they do. We might be lucky enough that, well, if someone does know what they do, they aren't going to tell us. They'll pay us less than what it maybe actually is worth.
I could try to analyze that stuff, but I'm not sure I could get everything back together again.
Yeah, I mean, basically, if you want to just sell the parts themselves, then you'll be able to do it, and it'll be relatively safe. Because a lot of it doesn't look like it's been serial numbered or anything. If you want to try to figure out what it actually was, like what you're suggesting, it could, that it could theoretically be worth more money, but you're also going to take more risk that you'll get found out by the Legion. That's
Maybe
really
we
good.
should go for safety in this case.
Yeah, I agree. It was just a thought. But given that someone's injured for 17 weeks, I think we'd take quick, easy money.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are chickens.
So Yara, when are you going to teach me how to fly?
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is I'll figure out how much money that's worth because I don't really know. And yeah, you'll be able to do it. We'll actually hold on before we do that. So who has the best culture? Because that's going to be your connections. I think culture is the one for that. Hold on, let's check.
4.
I have 2 culture.
I have 1 culture, and is it empathy that does that? I have 4 empathy.
And empathy, yeah. So what's your total?
So
Yeah,
like
in
5.
that case, 8.
8, yeah. Okay, so you can roll it. So you'll have 9 because you can help to see if you can find a buyer.
Oh, wow. It's
So
my
depending on
fault
how
then.
you roll on this, I mean, if you roll 1, then you'll find a buyer. The more 6s you roll, the more money you're going to get for it.
Let me ask you something real quick. So the merchant's talent is about
yes.
finding a loan, but would
Yes.
it also work the other way? So I might be able to find a purchaser.
I mean, technically no, but that does make sense. Why don't we do this? I'll give you +2.
I
How's that?
rolled no 6, by the way.
So roll 2 more
Sorry,
dice.
party. Oh,
Yeah.
for
+2.
me now, or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
+2 because the merchant talent.
Okay, maybe this one. No. No, no 6.
Oh.
Sorry.
No 6s.
Can I pray
Yes.
for that as well? Yeah, true,
Go
right?
for it.
Oh man. Come
How many did you
on.
roll? 11 dice?
Oh, that's better. 4 6s.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. So you get a pretty decent amount of money for it. I'll figure out exactly how much it's going to be, but it's like enough to cover you for a few months, which is going to be helpful since
Yeah,
Rod was down.
with
And,
our guy here.
you know, so you should be able to pay some debts and pay off your ship a little bit. I mean, not obviously the whole ship, but and pay your expenses for the next couple of months as you sell these pieces off. You do it kind of piecemeal, you know, like a little bit at a time, so it's not so obvious, I guess. So it doesn't seem like anybody kind of gets onto the fact that that's what you did, and you're able to let's say. I'll look at what things cost. I don't know, and I'll let you guys know. But we'll figure that out. But yeah, I think that's probably a good place to stop. And wow, okay, that went a completely different direction. I just want you to know that.
So
That was not at all the adventure.
That was awesome.
You literally went not at all on the adventure.
You know how it goes.
I know you're
Party.
Oh, no, it was super fun. I mean, it was there in the thing, but I didn't think at all. I thought you were going to go for the statues, so I had like the whole thing figured out. So if you ever want to go for the statues, we can continue. But yeah, no, that was really super cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for running.
Every time we play, I think it'll get better. It's a little complex, but once we get it down, it's not too bad. We still have to
I was just thinking,